7th, playing second base, number 5, Dylan McPhillips. Batting 8th, playing right field, number 28, Aaron Zeitman. Batting 9th, the center fielder, number 2, Bronson Grubbs. And pitching for the Hornets with a record of 6 wins and 1 loss and a 2.52 ERA, number 35, right-hander Scott Randall. Sac State is led by head coach Reggie Christiansen. He's assisted by associate head coach Jake Angier, assistant coach Tim Willier, and volunteer assistant Bill Kernan with Toby DeMillo as director of baseball operations. And now the lineup for our Utah Valley Wolverines. Batting first, the senior shortstop, number 2, Trevor Howell. Batting second, the senior center fielder, number 5, Michael Beltran. Batting third, a senior left fielder, number 19, Ryan Eastburn. Batting fourth, the junior right fielder, number 3, Alexander Marco. Batting fifth, the freshman designated hitter, number 7, Nick Madsen. Batting sixth, the sophomore catcher, number 13, Drew Sims. Batting seventh, the junior first baseman, number 20, Cade Polson. Batting eighth, the senior third baseman, number 9, Paul Estrada. Batting ninth, a senior second baseman, number 6, Cody Hall. And pitching for the Wolverines with a 4.37 ERA, number 27, right-hander Paxton Schultz. Utah Valley is led by head coach Eric Madsen. He's assisted by associate head coach David Carter and assistant coach Jolie Watts.
GoUVU!
A pleasant afternoon to you. I'm Jordan Bianucci alongside Ryan Pickens. We welcome you into UCCU Ballpark as Utah Valley is getting ready to take on Sacramento State in Game 2 of this 3-game set. However, we are about 20 minutes before first pitch, and we are just getting underway as far as the senior ceremony goes. All the seniors for Utah Valley will be honored here before the game, and with that, I will send it over to Jack Waters, the public address announcer.
And from Elk Grove, California, outfielder Bronson Grubbs. Please join us in congratulating these 2 Hornets seniors on their successful careers. And now it's time to honor our 9 Wolverine seniors as they wrap up their careers here at Utah Valley University. We'd also like to recognize on the field the new Director of Athletics, Jared Sumption, as well as the coaching staff and the mascot, Willie the Wolverine. The first senior, Fabian Palacios, has spent his final 2 seasons of collegiate baseball at UVU after playing his first 2 years at Scottsdale Community College. The Mesa, Arizona native has made 14 relief appearances during his career as a Wolverine. A season ago, he went 1-0 and struck out 12 batters in 20 innings of work while limiting opponents to a sub-300 batting average. This season, Fabian has made just 2 appearances on the mound as he's been sidelined due to injury for the majority of the year. Fabian will graduate this summer with a degree in communications. He's joined on the field by his parents, Frank and Anna, his siblings, Francisco, Lisa, and Tony, and his girlfriend, Aubrey. Ladies and gentlemen, senior pitcher number 10, Fabian Palacios. Cody Hall has also spent his junior and senior seasons at Utah Valley after playing his first 2 years at Salt Lake Community College. After recording just 10 at-bats a season ago, Cody has been an everyday player for the Wolverines as a senior, having started all 47 games in the middle infield. The native of American Fork, Utah, came into the series hitting .256 with a team-best 6 stolen bases and ranking second on the team in runs scored with 29. He has also recorded 12 multi-hit games as well as an 11-game hitting streak and holds one of the best fielding percentages on the team this season. Cody earned his bachelor's degree in business management just last week. He's joined on the field by his mother, Michelle, his brother and sister-in-law, Kyle and Ashley, his nephew, Hendrix, and his girlfriend, Morgan. Ladies and gentlemen, senior second baseman, number 6, Cody Hall. Walker Ramsey has been a 2-year starter on the mound for UVU after transferring from Paradise Valley Community College. The Scottsdale, Arizona native has logged 25 career starts over his 2 seasons as a Wolverine and 26 total appearances. The right-hander finished second on the team in innings pitched a season ago with 71 and 2/3 innings and has recorded a total of 74 strikeouts over his 2-year career in Orem. He pitched a season-high 7 innings and allowed just 2 runs while striking out 5 in a start earlier this year against WAC preseason favorite Grand Canyon. Walker earned his bachelor's degree in business management from UVU just last week. Ladies and gentlemen, senior pitcher number 18, Walker Ramsey. Jake Carr has also spent the past 2 seasons in a Wolverine uniform after playing his first 2 at El Camino Community College. After taking the mound in the 2018 season as one of the team's most dependable relievers, the Norwalk, California native has turned himself into the team's Friday night starter during his senior campaign. Including last night's win, Jake has won 8 career games at UVU while striking out an impressive tally of 100 batters over 102 innings pitched. He's also earned victories in 4 of his last 6 starts, which includes a complete game gem at CSU Bakersfield, as well as a career-best 11 strikeout performance against Chicago State. He'll earn his degree this summer in communications. Jake is joined on the field by his mother, Norma, his siblings Cassandra, Christina, and Josh, and his girlfriend, Whitney. Ladies and gentlemen, senior pitcher number 35, Jake Carr. Ryan Eastburn has spent 2 seasons at UVU after transferring from El Camino Community College. During his 2 years in Orem, Ryan holds a .312 career batting average after finishing second on the team with a .304 average a season ago, and entering the weekend second, currently this season with a .321 clip. After missing most of the first month of the season with an injury, the Torres, California native has been one of UVU's most dependable hitters in the lineup since he returned, and he leads the club in on-base percentage and ranks second in slugging. He holds 9 multi-hit games on the year, as well as a team-best 13-game hitting streak. He also crushed his first career Grand Slam a couple weeks ago at CSU Bakersfield. Ryan earned his degree last week with a bachelor's in criminal justice. He is joined on the field by his parents, Chris and Denise, and his sister, Taylor. Ladies and gentlemen, senior designated hitter and outfielder, number 19, Ryan Eastburn. Michael Beltran is our final 2-year Wolverine, as he previously played his freshman and sophomore campaigns at Fresno City College. The Clovis, California native has made an immediate impact since his arrival, as he holds a .311 career batting average, and he entered the series leading the team during this senior year with a .328 clip. During his banner 2019 season, he also entered the weekend tops on the team in triples, runs scored, and walks, and ranked second in on-base percentage. Michael leads the club with 16 multi-hit games this season, and previously compiled a 10-game hitting streak earlier in the year. Michael will earn his degree in psychology this summer. He is joined on the field by his parents, Mike and Katie, his sister Michaela, and his girlfriend Christiana. Ladies and gentlemen, senior center fielder number 5, Michael Beltran. Cole Hostert came to Utah Valley after playing his freshman season in Pac-12 country at the University of Oregon. In his 3 seasons as a Wolverine, Cole has made 21 appearances on the mound, all in relief. The Idaho Falls, Idaho native is having the best season of his career this year, as he's limited opponents to a .257 batting average and allowed only 8 runs over 10 innings of work. In a UVU uniform, Cole has struck out 19 batters over 29 innings. The redshirt senior earned his bachelor's degree in communications last summer. Cole is joined on the field by his parents, Greg and Linda, and his girlfriend, Cassie. Ladies and gentlemen, senior pitcher number 44, Cole Hostert. Paul Estrada is the first of 2 four-year Wolverines that we'll honor today. The native of Long Beach, California, has had a strong career in Orem, in which he's played in 138 total games and logged 116 career starts. He also made his collegiate pitching debut as well as recording his first career strikeout just last month in an inning of relief work at Air Force. Paul entered the weekend with 91 career hits, 25 extra base hits, and 61 runs scored. He also has 6 multi-hit games this season, including a 3-for-5 performance with 4 RBIs and 3 runs scored against Niagara. Paul will earn his bachelor's degree in business management this summer. He's joined on the field by his parents, Jesus and Nylene, his sister Riley, and his girlfriend Alejandra. Ladies and gentlemen, senior third baseman number 9, Paul Estrada. Trevor Howell is our final of 9 seniors we're honoring today. The San Diego, California native holds a career .280 batting average and is among the NCAA's career active leaders in at-bats, ranking 13th nationally. With 824, he is ranked 34th in hits with 231, and in games played, he ranks 46th with games played 205. Trevor is also ranked 2nd in the UVU record books in total assists with 573, double plays turned with 126, and sacrifice bunts with 18, as well as 5th in the school record books in games played, games started with 203, walks with 84, and total at-bats. After an uncharacteristically slow start offensively this season, Trevor has since been red hot at the plate. He's hitting over .350 since the 1st of April. He's also reached base safely in 21 consecutive games and has recorded 10 multi-hit games on the year. Trevor earned his bachelor's degree from UVU last week in business management. He's joined on the field by his parents, Joe and Melissa, his grandparents, Buddy and Paulette, his brother Garrett, and his fiancée Meg. Ladies and gentlemen, senior shortstop, number 2, Trevor Howell. Fans, please give these wonderful seniors from both teams another round of applause.
All lined up along the third base side, receiving their framed pictures, their families gifted with a bouquet of flowers. A very nice ceremony here before the ball game in Orem. We will take a break on GoUVU.com and come back with the starting lineups in a bit. Again, first pitch scheduled for 2:05. That is about 13 or so minutes away from beginning here at UCCU Ballpark. We will be back with Utah Valley and Sacramento State after this.
Let's hear it one more time for the Wolverine seniors.
Make some noise!
Creativity is the answer. Never play on repeat. Put your own spin on things. Let a new wave begin.
All right, come on, let's go.
2 seconds.
Creators run the show.
We want the answer.
From the cage to the stage. Rise up from the streets to the pros.
So much.
Creativity is the answer to a world divided. Tear down those walls. Make worlds unite. Flip the script. Rewrite the rules. Creativity is the answer. Now over to you.
You only need to answer one question.
Will you accept the challenge to become?
It doesn't matter your situation in life.
No matter your interest.
Whether your first choice or second chance.
There's a place for you.
Place for you.
Place for you at UVU.
Place to engage,
To rise.
to succeed.
To become.
Looking to spend that birthday money, Tyler? I'm just not sure which one to get. Well, they are both pretty cool. But saving some of that money would be pretty cool too. Yep.
When's the right age to teach your children how to save and spend money wisely? Right now, with the Be Money Smart program only at Utah Community Credit Union. Inspiring smart decisions.
To national championships runs through NCAA.com and the NCAA Sports app. And whether you follow one college team or all of them, it's never been easier to get the content you want all in one place. With live broadcasts of multiple championships across all divisions. With exclusive access.
Ready to go?
And highlights for every single championship. Stay in the game all season long with NCAA.com and the NCAA Sports app.
You only need to answer one question. Will you accept the challenge to become? No matter where you are in life, no matter your interests, from award-winning accounting to marketing and entrepreneurship programs, there's a place for you at Utah Valley University. A place to engage, to rise, to succeed, to become.
Dear James, when you were born, I nicknamed you Lucky. But luck has nothing to do with it. You created your own path. The hours in our driveway paved the way to state championships.
So James Harden, how does it feel to be MVP?
Feels great, though. In the desert, you grew your game, and you shattered expectations. And it wasn't long until you suited up for draft day.
James Harden.
Looking back now, you've always been creative. Doing it your way, on your terms. You were dreaming big then, but when you left me that note, keep this paper, I'ma be a star. You were already my brightest star.
MVP, baby! Step back three, bottom! James Harden!
And now, you're showing everyone else.
Let me tell you something.
about that mean gene. I'm gonna go out there and I'm gonna leave it all on the mat. Cause that's what I do when I get it done so I can do it. Yeah!
I'm on a new level. I'm on a new level.
Give your head a Mountain Dew kickstart.
Make some noise!
Let's do this.
Come on.
Creators, the world needs an answer.
Give us the answer!
Creativity is the answer. Never play on repeat. Put your own spin on things. Let a new wave begin.
All right, come on, let's go.
2 seconds.
Creators run the show.
We want the answer!
From the cage to the stage. Rise up from the streets to the pros.
So much.
Creativity is the answer to a world divided. Tear down those walls. Make worlds unite. Flip the script. Rewrite the room. Creativity is the answer. Now over to you.
You
Make some noise!
Let's do this.
Go time, come on.
Creators, the world needs an answer.
One more time, Phil Childs. And please direct your attention.
It is a picture-perfect day for baseball in Orem, Utah, as the Wolverines get ready to take the field for Game 2 of this series with Sacramento State. We welcome you back into the booth at UCCU Ballpark. I am Jordan Bianucci alongside Ryan Pickens. And the Wolverines coming off a terrific ball game last night, one of the most complete performances all the way around, hitting, pitching, and defense that we've seen here in 2019. The starter today for Utah Valley, it's their ace, Paxton Schultz. And the Wolverines, if they can win today, will take the series. A huge win for Utah Valley over a Sacramento State team that came into the weekend in first place in the WAC. They are currently one game back of New Mexico State. Meanwhile, Utah Valley is in the 6th seed, that spot, going into the WAC tournament. So they got to win. That 6th seed is the last seed for the tournament. Utah Valley, these are important games down the stretch. And with that, I'll send it over to Ryan with the lineups.
All right, let's take a look at the lineup. First, for the visiting Sacramento State Hornets, leading off will be in left field will be Matt Smith. Keith Torres, the shortstop, will hit in the 2 spot. Dawson Baucho, the catcher, hits third. Martin Vincelli Samar, the DH, hits cleanup, with Steven Moretto, the third baseman, hitting 5th. Ryan Walstead, the first baseman, hitting 6th. Dylan McPhillips, the second baseman, will hit 7th. Aaron Zeidman back out in right field. He hits 8th. And then Bronson Grubbs will bat 9th and be in center field for Sacramento State. Defensively for Utah Valley, a couple of changes from last night. Ryan Eastburn will be in left field with Michael Beltran in center field. Alexander Marco will be in right field. Paul Estrada gets to start over at third base. Trevor Howell will be at short. Over at second will be Cody Hall. Cade Polson at first, and Drew Sims behind the plate. And the right-hander Paxton Schultz takes the hill today. Schultz on the year is 1-5, making his 13th start of the year with a 4.37 ERA. He's had one complete game for Utah Valley. He's gone 80 innings on the year. 27 walks to 74 strikeouts. Opponents are hitting just 274 off the right-hander, and that's the big news for Utah Valley is after winning last night, you put a guy like Paxton Schultz, who has eaten innings for you and has kept you in ball games this year. It would be a big recipe to try to win this series and steal one late. Utah Valley with a chance to play spoiler in those top spots, but really the best thing to do if you're the Wolverines, Jordan. You win, you're in kind of a thing right now. Utah Valley can find a way to keep winning. They're going to probably secure themselves a greater chance of being in that, at least into that 5 or 6 spot, because that, with the way the conference is shaking out, that's the 2 spots Utah Valley's looking at right now.
Indeed. Schultz on the mound. He is ready to go. As they always say this, but it's true. Utah Valley does control their own destiny with that win last night. Of course, still 5 games to play in this 2019 season, 5 conference games, that is. So Schultz from the windup, he throws. First pitch, breaking ball in there for a called strike on the inside corner. First pitch at 2:04, so we get underway just a minute early. The game time temperature, 64 degrees, but it feels warmer as that ball misses down low. It's 1-1.
And that's one thing in the WAC, just looking at it, Jordan, when you look at the last spot to that 5th spot, there's only 3 games that separate Utah Valley and CSU Bakersfield and Chicago State. So, one bad weekend here at the wrong time can really drastically change things in this race.
Matt Smith takes a breaking ball on the inside corner for a strike, and it's 1-2. Smith had a terrific night last night, going 3 for 4. He chops this one to second, though. Charging, Hall gloves it, throws sidearm to first, and Smith is retired to begin the ballgame. Schultz is coming off a tremendous performance last week in Riverside against California Baptist. He went 7 innings, gave up 7 innings, gave up just 2 runs. He struck out 10. However, he took the tough hard luck loss as Utah Valley was shut out 2-0 in that game. First pitch fastball at 92 miles an hour in there at the knees to Torres for strike 1. The Wolverines are in a really good spot today to take this series with their ace on the mound. The 1-strike pitch, a fastball. Just missed down low, and it's 1-1. However, it is going to be difficult because Sacramento State has their own stud on the mound, and Scott Randall, we'll see him in the last half of this inning. Fastball misses inside, and it's 2-1 to the right-handed hitting Torres, hitting .264 on the year. Schultz working quickly. The 2-1 pitch is swung on in a looping liner, a soft line drive right at Trevor Howell. The senior puts it away, and there are 2 down. So here is Dawson Bacho. Bacho was 0 for 4 last night with a strikeout. Utah Valley in the alternate black tops, white pants, black caps. Sacramento State in the green tops, gray pants, as a fastball is in there for a strike. Bases empty, 2 outs, no score. A swing and a miss at a slider down and away, and it's 0-2. More fans filing in on a gorgeous afternoon in Utah Valley. Beltran playing fairly shallow in center field, a swing and a topper foul. That was a breaking ball down low. Everybody else pretty deep in the outfield. No breeze at the moment. The 0-2 pitch, curveball, just off the inside. That's a really good 0-2 pitch. A good take by Bacho. It was close, but a good call by the home plate umpire, Stephen Fritzoni. The first base umpires, Andrew Wolverton and Javier Cantu, is at third base this afternoon. The 1-2 pitch from Schultz. Fastball misses down and away, and the count is even at 2-2. We are just underway at UCCU Ballpark. No score between the Hornets and the Wolverines. Bases empty, 2 outs. The 2-2 pitch is swung on and chopped foul on the third base side. And we'll do it again. Another off-speed pitch on the inside corner that Bacho spoils. Should Bacho reach, it would be Vincelli Samard. Bacho hitting .279 with 3 home runs and 37 RBIs on the season. Those 37 men batted home leads the Hornets. Here's a chopper to third, foul. Just foul in front of the third base bag where Estrada, the senior, getting the start at the hot corner this afternoon. He was honored before the ball game. One of 9 seniors on this Utah Valley club, including Howell at shortstop, right next to Estrada. 2-2. Coming to Bacho. Here it is. Swing and a miss. He struck him out with the high fastball. And Schultz looks sharp early on. No hits, no runs, nobody left. We head to the last of the first inning. It's the Hornets nothing. The Wolverines coming up.
What's the difference between buying from Murdoch and buying from somebody else? In a word, confidence. You'll love our price match guarantee, our 5-day exchange policy, and don't forget car washes and safety inspections for life. If you need a new vehicle, consider Murdoch Hyundai. I promise you'll love it.
Here at Intermountain Healthcare, our doctors have experience treating young athletes, professional athletes, and the athlete next door. We treat everyday injuries, sports injuries, concussions, total joint replacements, and everything in between. Come visit our board-certified physicians and surgeons here at Intermountain Healthcare's Utah Valley Orthopedic and Sports Medicine Clinic. We're committed to keeping you moving.
How does Costa Vida create the ultimate sweet pork burrito? We start by following our award-winning recipe, one that calls for everything to be made fresh, from scratch every day. Like our beautifully braised pork, seasoned beans, savory sauces, and delicious cilantro lime rice. Even our tortillas are cooked to order. It's a difference you can taste. Treat yourself to the ultimate sweet pork burrito, only at Costa Vida.
We're in the back really cooking food. You know, we take pride in all the food that we do. We make the meatballs from scratch. We make the pasta. What we're doing as a restaurant, making the community better, beautifying the community, increasing the culture in the community. And I think that that's such an important aspect to what we do as a restaurant, to recognize that our customers aren't just people who are coming in to dine with us, but they're part of our family.
So here is Howell. We'll finish those lineups in just a moment. Out on the mound, Scott Randall for Sacramento State. No score, last of the first inning as the senior digs in here in his last conference series at home. Out of San Diego, the right-handed batting shortstop, Howell. The pitch to him, a swing and a bloop into left center field. That's going to fall in front of the left fielder, Smith, for a base hit. Trevor Howell just checked his swing there, an ugly swing, but he gets it to fall, and a leadoff single for the Wolverines.
So we'll go Howell, Beltran, and Eastburn, 1, 2, and 3. Alexander Marco, McMadsen, 4 and 5. Drew Sims, the catcher, hitting 6th. Cade Polson, 7th. Paul Estrada hits 8th, and then Cody Hall, the second baseman, rounds out the order here at bats 9th. The Wolverines will face the right-hander Scott Randall, who's 6-1 on the year with a 2.52 ERA. Making his 13th start, he has 1 complete game, 71 in the third innings, 21 walks, and 65 strikeouts on the year for Randall, who has done a nice job. Opponents are hitting 229 off the right-hander. We'll wait here to the end of the first out, then we'll set the defense this afternoon for Sacramento State.
Beltran takes a strike. The right-handed hitter digs back in. Randall into his stretch right away here in the last of the first. Howell held on at first by Walstead. The pitch. A swing and a high fly ball into left center field, going back and angling to his right is Grubbs. He reaches up and makes the grab, and there's one away.
Defensively for Sacramento State, Matt Smith will be in left field, and center will be Bronson Grubbs. Aaron Zeidman back in right field after coming in about the 4th inning of last night's contest. On the infield, Stephen Moretto at third base. At short, it will be Keith Torres. Dylan McPhillips at second base with Ryan Walstead at first. Catching will be Dawson Bacho behind the plate. And we're set and ready to go with Ryan Eastburn in the batter's box.
1 man on, 1 man out as Eastburn takes a strike on the outside corner at 88 miles an hour. Eastburn, one of those seniors honored before the ballgame as well. Eastburn had a terrific night at the plate last night. Went 3 for 4 with 2 runs scored. Howell with a short lead at first. The pitch. Breaking ball misses outside and high. It's 1-1 to Eastburn. Eastburn, who was hurt much of this season, or the first half of this season, I should say. He has had a tremendous second half of the year. He leads the team with a .336 average, 1 home run, 15 RBIs. The 1-1 pitch, there goes Howell, a swing and a chopper toward first. Walstead has it, he will tag out Eastburn as Howell takes second on the run and hit. It could have been a hit and run, but it almost looked like Eastburn saw Howell take off out of the corner of his eye and then decided to make an offer at that pitch that was low. So essentially he sacrifices Howell to second base, but there are 2 outs here for Alexander Marco. Nothing to nothing, bottom of the first inning. Randall steps off. Randall is coming off an outing at Northern Colorado in which he went 4 innings, gave up 6 hits and 3 runs. A big swing and a miss on a curveball, as we have not seen that pitch today from Randall until now. And Marco's going, geez, where the heck did that come from? A base hit would put the Wolverines on the board and ahead in this game. They scored in the first inning last night. The 1-0-1 pitch, rather, is chopped foul on the third base side. A breaking ball down, and it's 0-2 to Marco. Howell led this inning off with a little bloop check swing single into left field. He is at second base. Scott Randall is a sophomore out of Rockland, California, out of Del Oro High School, right there in the general vicinity of Sacramento. The 0-2 pitch, a swing and a foul high and off to the right. A fastball at 88 miles an hour from Randall, and the count remains at 0-2. Should Marco reach, it would be Mick Matson, the designated hitter. Marco is just 2 for his last 12. Trying to get that bat going. Again, he has been terrific all season long for the Wolverines, hitting .314, 2 homers, 20 men batted home. The 2-strike pitch misses up high. That's a good fastball from Randall, just above the belt. Marco thought about it, but wisely did not offer. The wind now lazily blowing in from right field. Everybody deep and pretty much straight away in the outfield for Sacramento State. The 1-2 and a curveball misses down and away, not real close, so the count is even at 2-2. Well, we'll keep you updated on the out-of-town scoreboard this afternoon. A lot of games to pay attention to. In fact, one of great interest to Hornets and Wolverines fans is the New Mexico State-Seattle game. They are underway up in Washington. 0-0 the score there. 2-2 pitch to Marco. Curveball misses up and in, and it is full. So Randall had Marco 0-2, and Alexander has battled back. A man in scoring position for Utah Valley. No score, bottom of the first. 2 outs. Randall peers in now. Marco wants time. Marco is hitting .328 on the year with 2 outs in the inning. 3-2 pitch. Slider misses down and away. Ball 4. A great job by Marco to battle back after falling behind 0-2. So now 2 men on, 2 men out for Mick Matson. Another right-handed batter for Utah Valley. I mentioned last night Utah Valley put 2 runs up in the first inning, and that was huge. They never relinquished the lead after that in a 6-2 victory for UVU. The pitch to Matson. He swings and lines one into center field. Base hit. That'll fall in front of Grubbs. Digging around third. Heading home. The throw will not come. It is cut off, and Utah Valley takes the lead. 1-0. Mick Matson knocks in Howell. A big 2-out hit for the freshman.
Now stepping to the plate for the Wolverines, number 13, the catcher, Drew Sims.
Matson picking up RBI number 22 on the season. Marco moves to second base, so still runners at first and second for Sims. Not a terribly hard hit ball. It almost looked like Matson may have gotten jammed on it, but he muscled it out there into center as Sims, takes a mighty cut at a slider down and away, and he comes up empty, 0-1.
And that's a good sign to see Mick Matson making that adjustment late in the season to come through with that kind of a base hit, because, Jordan, you're losing.
Curveball swung on, lifted into left, going back, reaching up is Smith, and he makes the grab on the run to end the inning.
You're losing the whole left side of your infield to graduation. So for Mick Matson, this has been kind of a year to just kind of get adjusted and things like that, because right now it looks like he may be heavily relied on next year for the Utah Valley.
Indeed. A couple hits, 2 left, 1 run for Utah Valley. We head to the second inning. It's the Wolverines 1, the Hornets 0. Utah Valley has a 1-0 lead as we begin inning number 2. Schultz back out on the mound. He will face Vincelli, Moretto, and Walstead after retiring Sacramento State in order in the first. Well, that run is significant in the first inning because Utah Valley this season is 10-7 when they score first. Think about that, Ryan. You mentioned 10 of their 12 wins have come that way. First pitch, breaking ball misses down to Vincelli Samard, ball 1. And it's really significant because you have Paxton Schultz on the mound. The stud right-hander fires, and a fastball is in there at the knees for a called strike, 1-1.
It instantly changes the way Sacramento State's going to probably play the ball game, especially early on, to try to get back in this one. And this kind of allows Schultz to settle in a little bit here early on, pitching with the lead.
A beautiful slider there, down and away, that Vincelli Samard swings and misses at. The designated hitter digs back in. The 1-2 pitch from Schultz. Fastball misses down. Schultz, I think he kind of overthrew that one, looking to put something extra on it at 92, and it's 2-2 now. Vincelli Samard last night went 0 for 4. And he swings and misses at a ball in the dirt. Sims steps out, throws to first to complete the strikeout. That's a nasty pitch, and a nice job by Sims to block it. Vincelli Samard looked bad swinging at that one. At the last moment, he tried to hold up, but it was not close. Second strikeout for Schultz, and there's one away. So here's another right-handed hitter, Moretto. Stephen Moretto, the sophomore, hitting .219. 7 home runs, though. He leads Sacramento State in that category. Boy, he was looking to plant one over the left field wall there, but he swings and misses at a fastball, and it's 0-1. Moretto had a very nice night at the plate last night as a ball misses. Another fastball, it's 1-1. He went 3 for 4. A game that Sacramento State lost 6-2. The 1-1 pitch from Schultz. Fastball at 92 miles an hour right there on the outside corner, taken for strike 2. Walstead, a left-handed hitter, is on deck. There is a score. Utah Valley 1, Sacramento State nothing. The 1-2 pitch, check swing. Did he go around? An appeal to the first base umpire, Andrew Wolverton. He did indeed. Another breaking ball in the dirt that a Hornet hitter could not hold up on. And Schultz is really in a nice rhythm. His third consecutive strikeout, 2 away, bases empty for Walstead. Walstead takes a strike on the inside corner. A 91-mile-an-hour fastball. Walstead pinch hit last night in the 9th inning. He made an out. The 0-1 pitch misses. It's 1-1. I say he made an out. I beg your pardon. He walked in that 9th inning. The 1-1 pitch. Fastball misses outside. That's one of the first pitches we've seen from Schultz that was not close to the strike zone. He has been very sharp early on. Bases empty, 2 gone. We're in the top of the second, 1-0 Utah Valley. Fastball misses high and away, and now it's 3-1. Walstead on the year, hitting at .248. 2 home runs, 13 RBIs. An even stance. He swings and fouls a fastball back to the screen, and the count is full. Schultz working very quickly. The full count pitch. A swing and a liner down the left field line. That is going to be a foul ball. Maybe foul by 5 or 10 feet down there. It caroms off the wall where that fence juts in at a 90-degree angle, just a few feet left of the foul pole. And we'll do it again. Should Walstead reach, it would be Mick Phillips. Schultz has retired the first 5 men he has faced in this ballgame. From the windup, the 3-2. Slider, strike 3 called on the outside corner. Sims dropped it, so he'll have to throw to first to complete the strikeout, but Schultz is very sharp early on. Once again, Sacramento State down in order. We go to the bottom of the second inning. The Wolverines lead the Hornets 1-0.
You only need to answer one question. Will you accept the challenge to become? No matter where you are in life, no matter your interests. From innovative exercise science, outdoor recreation, to STEM programs, there's a place for you at Utah Valley University. A place to engage, to rise, to succeed, to become.
Label me.
You know you want to.
Don't be shy.
You do it behind my back.
So say it to my face. You don't know me. You know what I am?
I'm a pitcher.
I'm a striker.
I'm a point guard.
I'm a linebacker.
I'm a setter. Shortstop.
High jumper. Wrestler.
Defender.
Goalie.
Student.
Student athletes.
That's who we are.
Polson, Estrada, and Hall do up in the last of the second inning. Bottom third of Utah Valley's order. They lead 1-0. Scott Randall, the starter for Sacramento State, back out on the mound. He threw just 16 pitches in that first inning, but did give up a run and faced 6 batters. The pitch to Polson is a fastball on the outside corner, called for strike 1. Polson went 1 for 4 last night, again getting the start at first base. He is hitting .242 overall this season. From the windup, Randall throws. A curveball misses down and away, and it's 1-1. Randall pitched almost exclusively from the stretch in that first inning after giving up a leadoff single, so we'll see if he can get into a rhythm here from the windup. The righty comes home. And a fastball misses outside. That's That looks like almost like a cutter at 88 miles an hour. He takes something off that one, but it had some nice movement, breaking away from a right-handed batter. 2 balls, 1 strike, the count to Polson. Here it comes, a swing and a ground ball, base hit up the middle. A leadoff single for Polson. He went right back up through the box, and the leadoff man is once again on for Utah Valley. Here is Paul Estrada. Estrada, one of the seniors honored before the ball game, out of Long Beach, California. This will be his 139th game played as a Wolverine. He shows bunt and bunts it foul behind him. Moretto came crashing in from third, but Estrada unable to get it down. Strike 1. Paul is hitting .214 on the year. He's had 84 at-bats. He does have 1 home run. Just 5 RBIs. Moretto playing just a step behind the lip of the infield grass at third base. Polson being held on by Walstead at first. The 1-strike offering. A swing, he jammed him to second base. McPhillips has it. He backhands to second for 1. On to first, the throw is high, and Estrada is safe. Nice play by McPhillips. That ball was not hit real hard, and it had some wicked spin on it as it jammed Estrada. So 1 away. Polson is gone from the base paths. Estrada takes first on the fielder's choice, and here is Cody Hall.
I was kind of surprised McPhillips there. Jordan just didn't tag the runner. I think he would have had an easier shot at the double play, just with how well Estrada runs down the baseline. That just the amount of time going back to the shortstop, then to first, may have cost Sacramento State a double play right there.
Here is Hall taking a breaking ball in their first strike 1. That's an excellent point because he was right there fielding that ball in the base path. Hall, a right-handed hitter. Another senior on this team. A fastball misses up high, and it's 1-1 to him. 1-0, Wolverines. 1 man on, 1 man out here in the second inning. Hall with a slightly open stance, hitting .256, the 1-1. A beautiful curveball falls in there for a strike on the inside corner. That is more of a loopy kind of curveball, not 12-6 exactly, but a vertical type of break on that pitch. The 1-2, here it is. A curveball, down and in. A very nice job by Hall to hold up on that pitch. That was a pretty good one, just out of the strike zone. Hall thought about it, but did not swing, and the count is even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. The 2-2 pitch to him. Another curveball. This one hit foul. Ouch. He foul tipped that off of his right foot or right ankle, it looks like, and he's going to have to walk that one off. So 3 straight curveballs from Randall. Count remains at 2-2 as Hall's in some pain, still limping, trying to walk that off. Ouch. The Wolverines came into this series really struggling at the plate. But last night they were able to put up a 6 spot, and they beat the Hornets. In this game, they scored 1 last inning in the first. They lead 1-0. We're in the bottom of the second, a man on, a man out. Hall just 3 for his last... Not just. He has 3 for his last 13. A fastball just misses down low. That was good. A good pitch. It was a ball, but a very good pitch from Randall. And a very nice take by Hall. The count is full. Well, Estrada has good speed. We'll see if Eric Matson starts him here with 1 out in the inning and the count full. There he goes. The pitch, a fastball. Misses outside, ball 4. The throw down from Bacho goes over the head of Torres, but McPhillips backs it up and keeps it in the infield. I hesitated there because that was a very good pitch from Randall. If that did not miss by a whole lot on the outside, knee high. Ball 4, though, and there are 2 men on with 1 man out for Trevor Howell. Steven Fritzoni is being I don't want to say tight, but he is definitely not giving anything off the outside of that plate early on. Unlike Javier Cantu last night. He had a very liberal strike zone. Runners on first and second. The pitch to Howell. He swings and misses at a breaking ball down in the dirt. And it's 0-1. Howell singled in the first inning. He is 1 for 1.
Cody Hall's probably rung up. If it was last night, he's probably down on strikes right there. And, you know, right there, that just lets you know the difference between the umpire behind the plate can dictate the game quite a bit, because now as a hitter, you understand that corner you can probably lay off.
0-1 pitch gets by Bacho. It was high, and the runners will advance to second and third. A fastball looked like got away from Randall, and Howell was squaring around a bunt there. I'm not sure if he was bluffing or not, but if he was not, that wild pitch does the job for him. So now the Wolverines do not need a base hit to score a run. Runners at second and third with just 1 out. They're going to call that a pass ball. It was certainly catchable. It almost looked like Bacho got crossed up. He was just had a hard time reaching the glove up and getting that one as a breaking ball misses down and in, not close. 2 balls and 1 strike to Howell. Estrada with good speed at third base, medium deep, a fly ball to the outfield would score him most likely. The outfield medium deep and straight away all the way around. The 2-1 pitch to Trevor. Ball in the dirt, and this one gets by Bacho. Coming in to score is Estrada. Hall takes third, and it's 2-0 Utah Valley. Wow. Some miscues in this inning from the Hornets, and the Wolverines taking advantage.
And these are kind of a nice break for Utah Valley, Jordan. Utah Valley really hasn't benefited a lot from mistakes from other teams, especially at home this year. And so getting an opportunity, Jordan, especially with Paxton Schultz on the mound, to get him 2 or 3 runs, that's a big in a contest like this, because now Sacramento State's going to feel probably a little more urgent, especially after only scoring 2 runs last night, to try to see if they can get the bats going.
The infield will come in with 1 out and a man at third. The 3-1 is fouled back, and the count is full. So now Howell just really needs to put the ball in play. A ground ball hit right at somebody, that would not score a run, but really anything else would. Hall at third base, 1 out, 2-0 Utah Valley. The 3-2 pitch. A swing and a little chopper out in front of home plate. This will not get the job done. A throw down to first from the catcher Bacho, and there are 2 away. So Howell just barely gets a piece of that. Right out in front of home plate. Hall has to stay at third base. 2 down now for Beltran. And you mentioned, Ryan, with Schultz on the mound, you want to get as many runs as possible, because that puts a lot of pressure, as you said, on the Hornet bats to get something going, as Schultz has been so good this season. A real bright spot in an otherwise tumultuous year for Utah Valley. A curveball misses up high, ball 1 to Beltran, who flied out in the first inning. He is 0 for 1.
And Sacramento State right now not playing their best baseball of the year. And so right now you have to think about it. This is the time of year you want to start playing your best baseball, when you get into the postseason with the conference tournament and potential to get to a regional. And so it kind of takes a little bit of time to kind of work through some of these things. If you're Utah Valley, this might be a favorable time of year to get Sacramento State.
Absolutely. A ball misses inside to Beltran, 2-0. Randall set. Here it comes. And a fastball misses high and away, and it's 3-0. Eastburn is on deck, a left-handed batter. Hall is at third base, 2 outs. 2-0 Wolverines. We'll see if Beltran has the green light. The 3-0 pitch, he takes it for a strike on the outside corner. That looked like a slider from Randall. So you see Scott Randall has some confidence in that breaking stuff there. 3-0, going to the slider. Here comes the 3-1 to Beltran. Curveball stays high. Ball 4. Not a bad pitch, just above the belt. But now there are runners on the corners for Eastburn. 2 walks in this inning, a single as well for Utah Valley. A wild pitch and a pass ball. 1 run in, 2 men on, 2 men out. A big opportunity here for the senior Eastburn out of Torrance, California. Eastburn grounded to the first baseman back in the first inning. It was a hit and run, and Eastburn was just trying to make some contact when he did so. The pitch to him, breaking ball, stays outside, I beg your pardon, for ball 1. Well, a big moment for Randall. His team trailing 2-0. 2 men on, 2 men out, trying to get out of the jam. The 1-0 pitch, Eastburn, a fastball misses, down and in. Randall took something off that one, and it's 2-0. Now he takes an abbreviated walk around the back of the mound. Now he's ready to go. His right foot on the far left-hand side, or right-hand side, rather, to the third base side of the rubber. A swing and a chopper to second. McPhillips plays the high hop. He has it, throws to first, and Eastburn is gone. The Wolverines are retired. They get a run on 1 hit. They leave 2 men on the base path. As we head to the 3rd inning, it's Utah Valley 2, Sacramento State 0.
In the bottom of the 2nd for the Wolverines, 1.
If I lose, I'll respond with respect.
If I win, I'll back it up with humility.
If I fail, I'll rise up with honor.
It's tough for us to put it all on the line.
Don't undo my hard work with poor sportsmanship.
Respect. It's the name of the game.
2-0 Utah Valley as we head to inning number 3. Schultz has retired all 6 men he has faced. He will see Phillips, Zeidman, and Grubbs here in the 3rd. And here with the play-by-play is Ryan Pickens.
Thank you, Jordan. As Dylan McPhillips stands in, and Paxton Schultz will kick and deliver the first pitch right on the corner for a called strike, and it's 0-1 on Dylan McPhillips. McPhillips hitting on the year, .259, 21 hits, and his 81 at-bats on the year. And the 0-1 pitch, low for a ball, evens the count up at 1 ball, 1 strike. McPhillips, a sophomore from Gilroy, California. Standing in, swings and misses there as once again Schultz goes to that slider. And that slider, he is pounding the strike zone or getting hitters to chase with that slider here this afternoon.
Do you know what Gilroy is famous for, Ryan?
I do not. As McPhillips there checks the swing. Did he go? He did not, says our first base umpire. And it's 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Besides Dylan McPhillips, it is famous for its garlic.
Did not know that.
Yeah, I know that because at the Giants games, San Francisco Giants games, they have the Gilroy garlic fries, which I highly recommend.
The 2-2 pitch on its way. This one inside and tight and backing out of the way is McPhillips, and the count runs full here to the leadoff hitter in the 3rd for Sacramento State.
That's just some inside info for you.
I appreciate it. The 3-2 pitch, foul back to the screen. I'll make sure to. I probably won't remember that unless I go to a Giants game in San Francisco in the next, 2 weeks.
You'll remember it when you drive through Gilroy, my friend.
3 balls and 2 strikes to count on Dylan McPhillips, as McPhillips will stand in here for the Hornets. Schultz kicks and delivers the 3-2 pitch. Swung, got and missed. Strike 3. That is strikeout number 5 for Paxton Schultz here, and that one is the first out of the third. Here's Aaron Zeidman, the right fielder.
That's strikeout number 5 in a row from Schultz. Wow.
Zeidman stands in. The right fielder came in last night's ball game to play the outfield there, as that one first pitch there for a called strike, and it's 0-1. It was Trevor Doyle who, I believe in the 4th inning of last night's ball game, went just full out dive to try to come up with a ball in right field and just hit the outfield very hard and came off the field. The 0-1 pitch misses for a ball, evens the count up at 1 ball and 1 strike on Aaron Zeidman. The wind and the delivery on its way. That one's lifted down the line. Cade Polson at first going to give it a look, but he'll watch it go foul, and it'll be strike 2. 1 ball and 2 strikes on Aaron Zeidman. And Zeidman came in, hadn't had too many at-bats on the year for Sacramento State, and his first at-bat of the ball game last night went deep. Hit a home run for the Hornets. One of the 2 runs Sacramento State scored. And there Zeidman swings and misses. Make that 6 in a row here for Paxton Schultz right here. And that will bring up center fielder Bronson Grubbs, the 9th place hitter for Sacramento State. Grubbs, a freshman from Elk Grove, California, will stand in right here. Went to Pleasant Grove High School as he stands in ready to go. One of the 2 seniors in the Sacramento State lineup. The first pitch, fastball, misses high above the belt for ball 1. Bronson Grubbs and then the other senior on the Sacramento State roster, Tanner Dalton, both kind of honored before the ball game along with the UVU seniors. Congratulating them on their successful Hornet careers. That's going to be a bunt right out in front of home plate. Sims spins, throws to first, and got him just by a quarter of a step, and the inning is over. And down go the Hornets, 1-2-3 in the third. We head to the bottom of the third here in Orem. It's Utah Valley 2, Sacramento State 0.
In this moment, it doesn't matter if you save money in 15 minutes. It doesn't matter if your neighbor has the same insurance that you do. What matters right now is the quality of your independent insurance agent.
Glad you're okay, Sarah. We'll take care of everything.
And the company that stands behind them.
Thanks so much for your help.
No problem.
Auto Owners Insurance.
Neil Dastrup Insurance, your local independent auto owners insurance agency, supports UVU athletics.
You only need to answer one question. Will you accept the challenge to become? No matter where you are in life, no matter your interests, from award-winning accounting to marketing and entrepreneurship programs, there's a place for you at Utah Valley University. A place to engage, to rise, to succeed, to become.
Bottom of the third inning here in Orem. It will be Alexander Marco, Mick Madsen, and Drew Sims, 4, 5, and 6, due up for the Wolverines here against the right-handers Scott Randall, who will go back to work here. We'll get you an update here on the out-of-town scoreboard. Only the one game going on, New Mexico State and Seattle. They were playing at Bannerwood Ballpark in Bellevue last night. Well, today they decided to change things up a little bit. They're playing over at, I think, Bellevue College there in Bellevue. And this one, well, so far, Jordan, all Aggies, as Alexander Marco swings and misses. No balls and a strike here on Alexander Marco, who walked in his first plate appearance.
Yeah, we understand that's because Seattle's I'm blanking on the name. Bannerwood, their home ballpark. It's a public park, a city field.
The 0-1 pitch, that one bounces in there for a ball, evens the count up of 1 ball and 1 strike.
So there was a scheduling conflict, we were told, so they had to move over. Also on the out-of-town scoreboard, later tonight, Washington State will take on number 1 UCLA. The Cougars will be here in Orem on Tuesday night for the final home game of the season for Utah Valley.
The 1-1 pitch to Marco. He lines and pulls this one down the left field line, but it's going to hook foul for a long strike 2, and it's 1 ball and 2 strikes, and Alexander Marco. That score in Seattle, by the way, is 6-0 New Mexico State. They just ended the second up there. So the Aggies scoring a 6-run second inning.
Yeah, not good news for Sacramento State fans. They trail New Mexico State by 1 game for first place in the WAC.
1 ball and 2 strikes the count, and the 1-2 on its way to Marco. He sends it foul, and it's 1 ball and 2 strikes. All teams right now playing for, of course, just an opportunity to get into the WAC tournament. 4 teams have already clinched spots. New Mexico State, UTRGV, Sacramento State, and Grand Canyon. They've all clinched spots. They know they'll finish somewhere in the top 6. There's 7 games difference between those schools and then CSU Bakersfield and Utah Valley. The 1-2 pitch misses high for a ball, and it moves the count to 2 balls and 2 strikes. The only thing now is we thought it might have been difficult with a 3-way tie, but coming into today, there's a 4-way tie for second between Cal Baptist, UTRGV, Sacramento State, and Grand Canyon, all 15-7 in WAC play. The 2-2 pitch on its way to Marco. He rolls this one foul over by the UVU dugout. We'll do it again, 2 balls and 2 strikes. And there's a big difference if you're a Wolverine fan between finishing in that 5 spot or the 6 spot. Remember, it's the first round matchups for the WAC tournament. The top 2 seeds get buys. So there's a lot to be playing for in that 2-way tie, or that 4-way tie for second. However, the number 3 seed plays the number 6 seed, and the number 4 seed play the 5 on the first day. The 2-2 pitch, that one's right there, called strike 3, just froze Alexander Marco. And that is strikeout number 1 for Scott Randall on the day. And that will bring up the designated hitter, Mick Madsen. And so really, I don't know with how dangerous those teams in that 2 spot and that 4-way tie for second is, you may want to try to see if you can get that number 5 spot. As Madsen stands in here for the Wolverines, as Randall winds and delivers here. And that one in there for a called strike just below the knees. No balls and a strike. Madsen able to get an RBI single back in the first inning to bring home the game's first run for Utah Valley. Randall with a long look in as he winds and delivers the 0-1 pitch. Madsen there checks his swing and holds up, evens the count up at 1 ball and 1 strike. Of course, the Wolverines not having the easy end of the season schedule. The 1-1 pitch on its way. That one right on the outside corner. This one for a ball, and it's 2-1 the count on Mick Madsen. The Wolverines last week had to go to Cal Baptist. At home this week for Sacramento State. They close the season next weekend at UTRGV, who's one of those teams in that number 2 spot. As the 2-1 pitch on its way home to Madsen. He's going to roll this one down the first baseline foul. We'll do it again, 2 balls and 2 strikes. I don't know if there's really, obviously New Mexico State record-wise leading the WAC, but getting to the end of the season, I don't know if there's a clear-cut team that's going to go into that WAC tournament. I think there's multiple teams that could go in there and somehow win it. 2 balls and 2 strikes, the count on Mick Madsen. Scott Randall ready to go on the mound. Winds, kicks, and delivers. And that one's right there on the corner, but misses for a ball. And the count goes full. 3 balls and 2 strikes on Mick Madsen. And the thing that's so important is, remember, that automatic qualifier for the WAC greatly changes where the team from the WAC will go, likely, to a regional, depending on who wins it. A 3-2 pitch on its way home, and Madsen sends it foul. Give you an example. New Mexico State would most likely stay in the Southwest somewhere, or ideally, we should say. Sacramento State may stay more in Northern California, maybe up to a potential regional, maybe in Corvallis up in Oregon, but UTRGV, kind of the same thing in the Southwest, so it kind of changes the whole landscape potentially. 3-2 pitch right there below. They'll appeal the first. No, he did not go. Mick Madsen's aboard with 1 out here in the 3rd.
And coming from a smaller conference with the WAC, you really don't know, because it's like Utah Valley in 2016. They went to Baton Rouge. It's really the top seeds, the top 2 or 3 seeds in each of the regionals, that's given the consideration, obviously, for where if you're going to stay out west or stay back east. But yeah, a smaller conference, you're not given so much consideration.
Drew Sims stands in, ready to go, and the first pitch to Sims lines it foul for strike one. And that's true, and that's very true. Historically speaking, though, there's been a little more of a consideration just based off the number of regional teams. Sacramento State, I think they went to the Stanford Regional a couple years back. And then last year, I know New Mexico State went to the Lubbock Regional. So while you don't maybe get that favor, the pitch comes in, a fastball misses outside for a ball, 1-1. The tough part of the year Utah Valley went, Jordan, that was the year there was not really any West Coast regionals to put the Wolverines in. Baton Rouge was that was a West Coast regional that year.
Absolutely right. This year there are so many great teams on the West Coast. You have a much better chance staying out west.
The 1-1 pitch on its way to Drew Sims. That one's rolled back to the pitcher, Randall, who will throw to first for the second out of the inning. That will move Mick Madsen to second, however. And with 2 outs in the inning, will bring up Cade Polson. And that's always the tough part with the regional talk, because there's always those 1 or 2 teams that you kind of look at and go, this one makes sense, but why did they go here? And it just comes down to the fact of somebody's sometimes the odd man out. And when you look at the RPI, that'll lower your RPI. Most likely the lower of preference you're going to get. As Cade Polson stands in 1 for 1, a bit hard base hit back up the middle, back in the second for Polson. Ready to go. Fastball stays inside and tight for ball 1. 1 ball and no strikes the count on Cade Polson. Of course, a big series all throughout the top 25 this weekend. Going throughout a lot of different things right here as the season begins to wind down. It's the final couple of weeks before conference tournaments begin. And the 1-0 pitch, this one just below the knees for ball 2. It's 2 balls and no strikes here on Cade Polson. Two balls and no strikes the count on the Wolverine first baseman. Ready to go. Randall's from the stretch comes home. That one's right on the corner for a called strike. And it's 2-1 here on Cade Polson.
Yeah, the Hornets have an RPI of 131. Both UT Rio Grande Valley and New Mexico State are ahead of them in RPI, as well as Grand Canyon, which surprises me.
Grand Canyon has played, though, a tough... Grand Canyon opened with Oklahoma State, as Polson sends this one to right, coming over towards the line and running it down is Zeidman, and the third inning comes to an end. Utah Valley gets a man on, but they strand him. We head to the fourth here in Orem. It's 2-0 Utah Valley.
In the bottom of the third for the Wolverines, no runs, no hits, no errors, and 1.
Let's do this. Let's do it. Huh? Let's do this. Let's do this. Okay. Let's do this. Let's do it. Let's do this. Let's do it. Yeah. 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 Yeah.
I'm on a new level. I'm on a new level.
Give your head a Mountain Dew kickstart.
Be a king in your mind, but do the work of a servant. With a purpose on the mission, you get to what you deserving. If it's worth it, you be on straight and narrow instead of swerving. Ignore the dream killers and doubters, cause they ain't perfect.
Dang, still a lot of doubters out there. What do you want to tell them?
Thank you for the motivation.
I'm on a new level. I'm on a new level.
Give your head a Mountain Dew kickstart.
Top of the fourth inning here in Orem. Paxton Schultz back to work for the Wolverines. So far for Schultz, 6 strikeouts through 3 innings. And Matt Smith, Keith Torres, and Dawson Baucho coming up here for the Hornets right here. The only 3 hitters to not get struck out so far by Schultz: Matt Smith, Keith Torres, and then Bronson Grubbs. Smith grounded out to second to start the ball game for Sacramento State. He's ready to stand in here. First pitch from Schultz is in there at the knees for a called strike, and it's 0-1 here on Matt Smith. Schultz kicks and delivers. Here's the 0-1 pitch. That one low and inside for a ball, and the count evens up here. 1 ball, 1 strike on Matt Smith.
Well, it'll be interesting as Schmidt now faces the order for the second time if he can dominate like he did that first time through the order.
The 1-1 pitch missing outside and low for a ball. It's 2-1. Ready to go right here. Here's the 2-1 pitch from Smith. He checks his swing. That one's in there, however, for a called strike. Evens the count up at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Matt Smith having a great defensive year out in left field. The 2-2 pitch on its way. Smith lines this one to center. Beltran coming in, however, makes the catch for the first out of the 3rd inning right there on the line drive. And that will bring up the shortstop, Keith Torres. Torres had hit a soft liner right to Trevor Howell back in his first plate appearance. Torres on last Sunday in that game against Northern Colorado and Greeley, he had a career-high 5 walks. He also came into the weekend leading the WAC in walks. There he grounds that one foul and snowballs in a strike on Keith Torres. A lot of people look at the batting average as being one of the biggest things in baseball, one of those biggest statistics, and it is. However, oftentimes the on-base percentage, which calculates in things like walks and that, can be a little bit of an overlooked statistic. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Torres sends it foul. Torres' on-base percentage this year, .391. Really a nice high on-base percentage there, but here he finds himself down in the count. No balls and 2 strikes here to the Sacramento State shortstop. The pitch on its way misses outside and low for a ball. It's 1 ball and 2 strikes here on Torres. Sacramento State heads home for St. Mary's and then home next weekend for Grand Canyon. And there's a called strike 3 of the backdoor curveball. Strikeout number 7 for Paxton Schultz this afternoon. And there's 2 gone. Here is Dawson Baucho. Baucho will stand in right here. Baucho, the first strikeout victim for Paxton Schultz. Trying to think of what Paxton Schultz's career high is in strikeouts. I think it was the 11 that he's had twice this year, once at South Carolina. And there, the first pitch, a slider in there for a called strike, and it's 0-1. He did it back against the Gamecocks in February, and then did it again, I believe, last weekend in that Cal Baptist start that Jordan referenced here earlier in the ballgame. The 0-1 pitch right there again, but this one low for a ball. Evens the count up at 1 ball and 1 strike here on Dawson Baucho. Schultz working here from the windup, and the 1-1 pitch on its way. And that one missing low for a ball with the fastball at 92 miles an hour. And it's 2 balls and a strike. Schultz, when he becomes a senior next season, the 2-1 pitch on its way home. That one's going to be a chopper over to third, over to Estrada, who's up with it. He'll throw across the diamond in time. And down go the Hornets, 3 up, 3 down in the 4th. Schultz, when he starts as a senior next year, might have a good shot of being the number 1 guy on a Friday night, but we'll have to wait and see. We head to the bottom of the 4th inning, 2-0 Utah Valley here on the WAC Digital Network.
A Mountain Dew kickstart. Let me tell you something, Mean Gene. I'm gonna go out there and I'm gonna leave it all on the mat, because that's what I do when I get it done so I can do it. Yeah!
I'm on a new level. I'm on a new level.
Give your head a Mountain Dew kickstart.
Bottom of the 4th inning here in Orem, Utah. The Wolverines coming up, Estrada, Hall, and Howell. 8, 9, and 1 will come up here against Scott Randall. As Utah Valley leading Sacramento State 2-0 here in the bottom of the 4th inning. The Wolverines an opportunity to try to steal a series here against Sacramento State. If they can hold on to this one right here, that could really kind of help change the course of the season for the Wolverines here. Late in the season, chance to get some bright spots here in the final couple of weeks. The first pitch to Paul Estrada. Low and inside for ball one. 1 ball and no strikes here on Paul Estrada. Estrada hit into a fielder's choice back in his first plate appearance in the second inning. As ready to go, Randall kicks and delivers the 1-0 pitch. That one right there on the outside corner for a called strike. Evens the count up at 1 ball and 1 strike here on Paul Estrada. Ready to go right here, and the 1-1 pitch from Randall. Slow curveball. This one bounced over to third. It's bobbled by Moretto. He's going to throw across the diamond. Still going to be in time to get Estrada. And there's 1 gone here in the 4th inning. Moretto was lucky there at third base. He knocked it down, kept it pretty close, and he was still able there to make a good throw. Moretto was also playing in a little bit there at third base, even with the bag, and there he was able to kind of backhand it and make a good throw across the diamond. And here is second baseman Cody Hall, who walked back in his first plate appearance. Hall was left at third base back in the second inning, and the pitch on its way to Cody Hall is swung on and hit out to right field. Taking a couple steps in, making a last-minute adjustment there is Zeidman, and there's 2 gone quickly here in the 4th inning. And back to the top of the lineup, the 3rd time through the lineup for Utah Valley, as Trevor Howell will come to the plate. Howell singled and then also hit a little dribbler out in front of the catcher for Sacramento State, who made a good throw down to first. And with 2 gone here in the bottom of the 4th inning, Howell in the box ready to go. Scott Randall has seemed to be kind of settling in as he throws pitch number 69 of the afternoon. And that one missing low for ball 1. And it's 1 ball and no strikes. Ready to go here, the right-hander. Randall winds and delivers to Howell. This one right on the outside corner for ball 2. 2 balls and no strikes on Trevor Howell. Most of the action in the WAC getting underway this evening. So this game here in Orem will most likely be done before those games get underway. The 2-0 pitch on its way, and Howell grounds this one deep in the hole. Coming over is Torres deep in the hole. A long throw to get Howell, and the inning is over. Utah Valley goes down 1-2-3 in the 4th. We head to the 5th. Wolverines on top of the Hornets, 2-0 here in Orem.
In the bottom of the 4th for the Wolverines, no runs, no hits, no errors.
You only need to answer one question.
Will you accept the challenge to become?
No matter where you are in life.
No matter your interests.
From award-winning music
to acting.
To theater programs.
There's a place for you.
A place for you.
A place for you at UVU. A place to engage.
To rise.
To succeed.
To become.
Well, fans, stay tuned at the conclusion of our broadcast today for our Wilkinson's Trophy Player of the Game. With 41 years of experience, Wilkinson's Trophy is your place for awards, screen printing, embroidery, and name badges. Check out selections online at wilkinsonstrophy.com. As we move to the top of the 5th inning, 4, 5, and 6, Vincelli, Simard, Moretto, and Walstead coming up here for the Hornets. And coming up with the play-by-play is Jordan Bianucci. Jordan.
Thanks very much, Ryan. 2-0, the Wolverines leading. The pitch, there's a first pitch breaking ball in there for a called strike on the inside corner to Vincelli Simard. It has been 12 up, 12 down for the Hornets in this one. Schmidt working quickly. The 1-strike pitch is swung on and rolled foul on the third base side. Nice barehanded play over there by Reggie Christensen. The head coach coaching third. You see that more in college, certainly, than you do in the pros. I don't think there is a manager in the pros right now that coaches third. A swing and a miss here by Vincelli Simard, 1 down. Strikeout number 8 for Paxton Schultz. Wow. Yeah, Christensen down there a la Tommy Lasorda. That's the only guy I can really think of who used to coach third. Obviously, there were a lot more that I'm just slipping my mind. But here is Moretto.
And even in the college game, you used to see a lot of coaches, head coaches coach third base, and now you're even starting to get away from it at the college level as well. And even in some levels of high school, I've seen where less and less coaches are actually coaching the either first or third base.
Breaking ball in there for a strike to Moretto, who struck out back in the second inning. The 0-1 pitch from Schultz. A fastball. Wow. That one looked to be right on the outside corner, knee high, called for a ball. Maybe a hair below the knees, but that looked pretty good. The 1-1. That slider misses way outside, down and away. Schultz has been so sharp. He has retired every man he has faced through 4 1/3 innings. Schultz's career high in strikeouts is 11. We mentioned that earlier. He has 8 right now. There's a fastball at the knees on the outside corner, and it's 2-2. That looked to be the exact same location as the ball called earlier in the at-bat by the home plate umpire, Stephen Fritzoni. But overall, he's been very good behind the plate. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. 2 away. 9 strikeouts for Schultz.
So that will bring up Brian Walstead here. I've been trying to look to see a UVU record for strikeouts right here, and the one that I'm seeing is Preston Olson back in 2012, 16 strikeouts against the New York Institute of Technology.
The pitch to the left-handed hitting Walstead misses down low, a fastball, ball 1. I remember that game. But this, and to take nothing away, obviously, but this is really impressive because Sacramento State, while they're not a terribly hard-hitting offense, that NYIT offense does not come close to the Sacramento State club, who until last night were in first place. Ball misses down low, the 2-0. That gets by Sims. Now it's 3-0. Ryan, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think this is the first count that Schultz has gone 3-0 all afternoon. I can't think of another.
He's been ahead, I think, of almost every hitter. And when you're getting that amount of strikeouts, you're going to be ahead of hitters more than not. But
so we'll see what he comes with. He has not issued a walk or allowed a hit, the 3-0, and he misses outside, ball 4. So the first base runner for the Hornets this afternoon.
I'm really interested to see how Reggie Christensen plays this here the rest of the way, because with how tough Paxton Schultz has been, Jordan, obviously you won't see it here with 2 outs, but if you start getting a couple runners on via the walk and there were nobody out, this is when you may see some small ball from Sacramento State just to try to see if they can get something going.
The pitch to McPhillips is a fastball right there on the inside corner, strike 1. Absolutely. Just a 2-run game, 2-0 Utah Valley. 2 men out, 1 man on here in the 5th inning. So Schultz into his stretch for the first time today. He struck out McPhillips back in the 3rd. The 1-strike offering to him. Fastball right there on the outer portion of the plate. 0-2 to McPhillips, who is taking. Schultz has thrown just 72 pitches. He comes set. Polson holding on the runner at first. The pitch. The runner takes off. Ball misses high. The throw down to second. He's out! Drew Sims with a perfect throw to get Walstead attempting to steal, and the inning is over. We head to the bottom half of the 5th. It's Utah Valley 2, the Hornets nothing.
What is it about the car shopping experience at Murdoch Hyundai that has everyone talking? Maybe it's the safety inspections or the car washes for life. It could be the price match guarantee. Or maybe it's just the way you're treated. Come fall in love in Linden, Logan, and Murray at Murdoch Hyundai. Your no regrets dealer.
Bottom of the 5th inning here in Orem. Michael Beltran getting ready to step in the box. It will be Beltran, Eastburn, and Marco coming up against Scott Randall, who goes back to work here in the 5th. Randall was a 2019 preseason all-conference selection as a starting pitcher and has pitched very well, just catching Paxton Schultz on a little bit better day.
Beltran swings and fouls the first pitch. Breaking ball back to the screen. 0-1. The heart of the order coming up for Utah Valley. However, that 2, 3, and 4 sequence has not had a hit tonight, or this afternoon rather. But these fans have been treated to a stellar pitching performance from Paxton Schultz. The 0-1 pitch, Beltran swings and lifts this one foul, high and off to the right. Beltran walked in his last at-bat. Back in the 2nd inning, he flied out in the 1st. He's 0 for 1 officially. Utah Valley scored 1 in the 1st inning. They plated another in the 2nd. They really manufactured those runs, walks and singles, and taking advantage of some defensive miscues from the Hornets. The 0-2 to Beltran, a fastball, comes up and in, a heat seeker. And it's 1-2 as he straightens up and gets out of the way. Scott Randall winds and fires. The 1-2, a swing and a roller foul on the third base side. An off-speed pitch low in the zone that Beltran was out on his front foot. The wind now lazily blowing out toward left. On a warm day here in Orem, the ball should carry today. The 1-2 pitch. A swing and a liner foul onto the grassy berm down the left field line where the kids will chase after it. On the out-of-town scoreboard, New Mexico State leading Seattle 7-5. That game in the bottom of the 3rd inning.
The Redhawks get 5 against Justin Dane in the 3rd.
The 1-2's popped up, back, and out of play. The Wolverines certainly cheering for the Aggies. Seattle and the Wolverines, along with CSU Bakersfield, came into last night's ball game tied for that last seed in the WAC tournament. However, Utah Valley won last night. Seattle lost. Bakersfield also won, so it's just Bakersfield and the Wolverines tied for that last seed right now. There's a swing and a drive. Deep to left field. That's way back there. It's gone. Michael Beltran with a solo shot, and it's 3-0 Wolverines. That was not a cheap one. That banged off the chain link fence that extends on the top of the grassy berm beyond the left field wall. A swing and a slow roller to second. McPhillips, who is right, and he can't come up with it. He tried to glove it coming roundabout on that slow roller, and it just clanked off his glove, and Eastburn will reach on the error. For Beltran, that is home run number 2 on the season. his 16th RBI, and the Wolverines now have something going here in the last of the fifth. 3-0 Utah Valley. A man on, nobody out for Marco. Not sure what pitch. I think it was a breaking ball that just hung up there for Beltran. And he did not miss it. A fastball catches the outside corner. Strike one to Marco, who is 0 for 1 with a walk. Eastburn held on by Walstead at first. The one-strike offering. Here it comes. A swing and a fly ball into right center. Moving to his left is Grubbs. He has it as it hung up there for him. And there's one away. Eastburn State's put it first. So Marco hit it fairly well, but Grubbs able to corral it. Now the wind has started to blow in from right field. So here's Matson with one on and one out. It was Mick who picked up an RBI single with 2 outs back in the first inning to put the Wolverines ahead in this ballgame. Randall from the stretch, a swing and a ground ball to second base. McPhillips has it. He goes to second for 1, on to first, a double play. That's a very nice play by McPhillips, pivoting to his left and sidearming to second, and a nice turn by Torres. The Wolverines, however, get a run in the inning on a solo home run off the bat of Michael Beltran. Utah Valley leads Sacramento State 3-0 on GoUVU and the WAC Digital Network. We head to the 6th inning.
Oh, hey, you got one of those insurance apps too? You know how this thing works?
No, sorry. Not an app, it's my agent.
In this moment,
no, I'm fine, thanks.
It's good to know you have a trusted, independent auto owner's insurance agent who's there when you need them.
Great.
Man, I gotta get one of those.
Auto Owners Insurance. The no-problem people.
Neil Dastrup Insurance, your local independent auto owners insurance agency, supports UVU athletics.
You only need to answer one question.
Will you accept the challenge to become?
No matter where you are in life, no matter your interests.
From award-winning business
and STEM to performing arts programs, there's a place for you. A place for you.
A place for you at UVU.
A place to engage, to rise,
to succeed,
to become.
Three to nothing Wolverines as we head to inning number 6. It'll be McPhillips, Zeidman, and Grubbs for the Hornets. Schultz has been nearly perfect on the mound. He has allowed just one base runner via the walk. That was last inning. McPhillips was at the plate when the 5th inning ended as Walstead was thrown out trying to steal. It was an 0-2 count to him. He takes a breaking ball for ball 1 here. McPhillips struck out back in the 3rd inning. He's 0 for 1. From the windup, Schultz comes home. A swing and a pop-up. Left center field, Beltran over. He will wait for it in left center, make the grab, and there's one away. Schultz had retired 14 in a row before walking Walstead. Now he was retired McPhillips to begin the 6th inning. The pitch to Zeidman is swung on and fouled off to the right. The Hornets, I mentioned, just have had the one base runner at first, no hits. 3 runs on 4 hits for Utah Valley, no errors. For the Hornets, no runs, no hits, 1 error. We are in the 6th inning. The one-strike pitch. A swing and a base hit into right field. Marco up with it at the line. He throws to first. A smart play by Marco, but Zeidman beats it out, and that is the first hit of the afternoon for Sacramento State. And these fans really should give Schultz a round of applause because that's impressive.
It's hard to do that in the college game, to take a no-hitter really into the 6th inning like that. You just don't see it a ton at the college game, with the idea of the likelihood you're going to miss a spot or something's going to happen.
Here's a swing and a foul high and off to the right. off the bat of Grubbs, it's 0-1.
And oftentimes, Jordan, it just comes down to where the other team just places a ball where your defender isn't going to be able to get to it. We've seen that multiple times happen against Utah Valley, and right now it seems to be the Wolverines are getting those kind of breaks.
Indeed. Grubbs made an out in his first appearance. He had a little swinging bunt out in front of home plate. Here's a that's a breaking ball, I beg your pardon, that misses up and in, and it's 1-1. Grubbs on the year hitting .232. No home runs, 18 RBIs. Zeidman is at first base. Polson holding him on. 3-0 Utah Valley. The pitch comes in, and that hit the sleeve of Grubbs. It just grazed him, and Sims got hit after it hit Grubbs, and I don't know where that got him, but he was in some pain. And here comes Beav Levitt, and poor Sims, he is just beat up behind home plate. We saw a couple times last night in which he was nicked and bruised, but he is really having a tough time behind home plate. He is okay now, but so goes the life of a catcher. So now 2 men are on for Sacramento State, and the tying run will come to bat. Back to the top of the order here is Smith, and Eric Matson's going to come out for his first time this afternoon, have a visit with his right-hander. I think probably just to regroup, give him a breather. Nobody up, obviously, in the Utah Valley bullpen. Schultz has thrown 80 pitches, giving up just that one hit here in this inning. 2 men on, 1 man out. The Hornets, this game is obviously far from over. In fact, they're a great comeback team. They have 12 come from behind wins this season. 7 of those when trailing after 5 innings. So you got to be careful. It's the first time this afternoon that the Hornets have a man in scoring position. So Smith, the leadoff man who had a terrific night last night, comes to bat. He was hitting .329 coming into the game. 4 home runs, 31 RBIs. A home run here would tie the ball game. Schultz set. Here it comes. Fastball misses down and in for ball 1. This is tough. When you've thrown 6 innings of no-hit ball, or 5 innings rather, no-hit ball, as Schultz, with base runners on, it kind of messes with your rhythm. There's a base hit, line drive up the middle into center field. Coming around third is Zeidman. He will score. The Hornets are on the board, and it's 3-1 Utah Valley. So here they come. RBI number 32 for Smith. Grubbs takes second on the play. Schultz would love a ground ball here. Torres, a right-handed hitter, is 0 for 2. Struck out back in the 4th inning, his last at bat. A right-handed batter hitting .264 coming into today. Schultz set, the kick, and a fastball misses down low, ball 1. That's pitch number 83 this afternoon for Paxton. Smith at first, Grubbs at second. 3-1 Wolverines. 1 out here in the top of the 6th inning. Schultz looking for a ground ball. A swing and a sharply hit ground ball. Third base side that caroms off the Wolverine dugout. The screen in front of the dugout. And the count is even at 1 ball and 1 strike. Schultz has 9 strikeouts this afternoon. He has not struck someone out in this inning, however, which you're like, that's notable, though. Curveball misses inside. It's 2-1. Prior to this inning, he had struck out someone in each of the first 5. Still has a chance to get a couple strikeouts here in the 6th. I think you would rather have a nicely hit ground ball to second or shortstop, maybe turn a double play to get this inning over with. Slider misses down in the dirt. 2 balls and 1 strike to count. or 3 balls, I beg your pardon, and 1 strike to count to Torres. Bacho is on deck.
And you have to remember, this is the 3rd time through the order now for Sacramento State, and so they've seen a lot of these pitches, so oftentimes it's easy to start to think, hey, I need to kind of reinvent stuff. You really just need to keep throwing what's been working so far if you're Paxton Schultz.
A swing and a chopper foul, and it's 3-2. Well, if Schultz can hit his spots like he has through the first 5 innings, just painting the corners, it doesn't really matter what you throw. He has great stuff. He hits his location. It's going to be tough to hit him either way. 3-2 pitch. Here it comes. Fastball, down low, ball 4. Didn't miss by much, but below the knees. And the bases are loaded, and the tying run is in scoring position for the Hornets. It's the 2nd free pass issued in this inning by Schultz. And here is Bacho, hitting .279, 3 homers. He leads the Hornets with 37 RBIs. He is struck out and bounced out. A base hit here would most likely tie the game as Jesse Schmidt hustles down to the bullpen. He'll start to get loose. 3-1 Utah Valley. Bases loaded, 1 out. The corners come in for the Wolverines. Schultz peers in, has what he wants. Here it comes. Bacho swings and lifts one deep to right. Going back is Marco on the track, against the wall, and it is gone. A grand slam for Bacho. And just like that, the Hornets take a 5-3 lead. Bacho with home run number 4 on the year. And the Hornets indeed do come back. Wow. Not a terribly hard hit ball, but just over the 305 marker in right field. Ball misses down and away, and it's 1-0. How things can change. Schultz came into this inning with a no-hitter, and he's given up 5 runs. A swing and a roller to third. Estrada charges. He throws across the diamond to get the slow-running Vincelli Samard. 2 away. So Bacho goes oppo. Sound like John Sterling. Bacho goes oppo. Here is Moretto. Moretto with 2 strikeouts on the afternoon. The pitch to him, a swing and a foul. Well, now it'll be Utah Valley who will have to come back. That has not been their strong suit this season. The 1-strike pitch. A fastball lined into right field, a base hit. So this 3rd time through the order, as Ryan mentioned, is seeing Schultz well. And now Walstead, the 9th man to come to the plate in this inning, will bat.
And the thing is, with how well Paxton Schultz has pitched, Jordan, you really want to see him end the game on a high note with maybe a strikeout or something. You just don't want him to kind of leave with a sour taste in his mouth. And so this is why Walstead, in my opinion, is just a big hitter here.
With a man at first base and 2 outs, the pitch. Slider in there, belt high, strike 1. It's not a great looking slider from Schultz, but Walstead took it for a strike. Moretto at first, 2 outs, 5-3 Hornets. They've scored 5 runs in this 6th inning. The pitch, a swing and a roller foul on the first base side, and it's 0-2. Schmidt still throwing in the Utah Valley bullpen. Walstead hitting .245 on the year, getting his first start in this series this afternoon. Fastball misses outside, and it's 1-2. Not a great 0-2 pitch from Schultz, and a fairly easy take for Walstead there. 4 hits in the inning, including a grand slam off the bat of Bacho for the Hornets. The 1-2. Slider misses down and in, and it squirts away from Sims. To his right, taking second is Moretto. And that's a ball that's down and tough to handle, but that's a ball I think you got to keep in front of you if you're Sims. That'll probably go as a wild pitch, but I think Sims would tell you that's one he needs to keep in front of him. 2-2. The pitch to Walstead. Fastball misses outside, and the count is full. McPhillips is on deck. He led this inning off. He flied out to center field. That seems like an eternity ago when Schultz had a no-hitter. Now the Utah Valley is trailing 5-3. A base hit here would play another one. The 3-2 pitch. Fastball called strike 3 on the outside corner. Strikeout number 10 for Schultz, and the inning is over. But the Hornets score 5 runs on 4 hits, including the grand slam by Dawson Bacho. We head to the last of the 6th. Utah Valley trails Sacramento State 5-3.
Utah has embodied the spirit of industry. From the first transcontinental railroad to the first department store, we've led the way. As part of the Murdoch Auto team, we're proud to carry on this tradition. That's because when we say you are the heart of our business, it's more than just a slogan. It's our commitment to the values we all hold dear with no regrets. You've got to come see why you truly are the heart of our business. Murdoch Hyundai of Linden, part of the Murdoch Auto team. Click MurdochHyundaiLinden.com.
I decided to go to college to further my education and define my purpose in the world and be a part of something much bigger than myself.
I wanted to set up the best possible future for myself, both academically and athletically. I try to learn from everyone, whether that be professors, my teammates, or other student athletes.
I try to see everyone as an opportunity to learn. Everyone has a story to tell, and I think there's a moral and something you can learn from it.
Leading off for the Wolverines, number 13, the catcher, Drew Sims.
Five to 3, Hornets leading Utah Valley as a fastball catches the outside corner. Sims taking it back out on the mound. The starter for Sac State, Scott Randall, is pitching for the first time today with a lead. A swing and a sharply hit ground ball to Torres. He fields it on one hop, throws to first, and there's one away. So Sims hits it hard, but right at Torres. I came in late from the break there, Ryan, because in between innings, we had a little contest in the stands. They asked a question of one of the fans, and what the question was, how many presidents you can name in 15 seconds?
Yeah.
And then the fan says how many. And then on the board, they have one of the Utah Valley players previously recorded name as many presidents as they can to see who wins the contest. Here's Polson with one out. The pitch from Randall misses up high, ball 1. And the fan won. And so as we're coming back, I'm just naming them in my head. How many can I name in 15 seconds? And I realized, oh, we're back from break. Back to baseball.
How many did you get?
I got a lot. How many? If you go down in order, it's obviously the bright lights aren't on me right now.
Ready and
as Polson takes one outside, or takes a strike on the corner, it's 1-1.
I think it'd be easy to go like chronologically backwards or go forwards. It'd be trying to get if someone said name the 16th president of the United States.
Exactly. Fastball catches the outside corner. It's 1-2. Because if you go backwards, it's a lot easier. Trump, Obama, Bush, Clinton, Bush, Reagan, Carter, Ford, Nixon. You get into a rhythm there. You just keep rolling until you hit the 1910s, and then I'm gonna have some issues. A swing and a miss from Polson. He's gone on 3 pitches. A breaking ball down and in. And Randall has retired the first 2 he has faced here in the 6th inning. Base is empty, 2 outs, 5-3. Hornets leading in the last of the 6th as Estrada comes up.
I made the joke, Jordan, about, the pressure being on and, named the 16th president of the United States. So I just happened to look to double check. The 16th president was Abraham Lincoln. So I was going for something a little bit like maybe Grover Cleveland or something like that, and I happened to come up with the number of one of the probably the most influential presidents in the United States history.
Yeah, probably. The swing and a miss from Paul Estrada.
As you can tell, I was not a history major here at Utah Valley.
0-1 to Paul. Randall comes home and a slider misses up and away. It's 1-1 to Estrada, who is 0 for 2. He reached back in the second inning on a fielder's choice and ultimately came around to score in that inning. Scored on a wild pitch, in fact. The 1-1. Breaking ball in there at the belt. And it's 1-2. Not a great breaking ball, but in the strike zone. Estrada was not looking for it. Base is empty, 2 outs. Do you know who? Well, 2 outs. We'll get into some more presidential trivia maybe next inning. Here's a ball in the dirt, and it's 2-2 to Estrada. Utah Valley really could use a base runner, trailing 5-3 after just kind of a stunning top of the 6th inning in which the Hornets recorded their first base hit of the game and proceeded to score 5 runs. 2-2 pitch to Estrada. Fastball just misses off the outside, and it's 3-2. If Estrada reaches, it'll be Hall. Each team with 4 hits. The Hornets with an error. Wolverines do not have an error this afternoon. Here comes the payoff pitch from Randall. A swing and a foul back. That's a fastball in on the hands of Estrada. He did well to fight it off. Randall, the starter out there. He is up over 90 pitches as someone begins to get loose in the Hornets bullpen. The 3-2. Estrada swings and fouls this one back. Randall took something off the fastball on the outer portion of the plate, and Estrada did a nice job just getting a piece of the bat on it.
Yeah, Scott Randall didn't really get a ton of credit, I think, for how well he's pitched when Paxton Schultz was just being just dominant. But Randall's pitched really well today for Sacramento State.
He has a swing and another foul. Estrada battling another fastball at the knees. Estrada, the senior, hitting .214 coming into the game. 1 home run, 5 RBIs. Another senior on deck in Cody Hall. A nice battle between Randall and Estrada here. Another 3-2 pitch. A swing and a foul back. Again, a fastball in on the hands, and Estrada stays alive. The Wolverines this season are 10-7 when scoring first. They did score first today. However, they've given up the lead, and if they trail after 6, they're 1-28. 3-2 pitch. Strike 3 called at the knees. Estrada can't believe it. He thought it was low. It wasn't even received well by Bacho. He dropped it. But Stephen Fritzoni says that's strike 3, and the inning is over. Utah Valley goes down in order. We go to inning number 7. It's the Hornets 5, the Wolverines 3.
Looking to spend that birthday money, Tyler? I'm just not sure which one to get. Well, they are both pretty cool. But saving some of that money would be pretty cool, too. Yep.
When's the right age to teach your children how to save and spend money wisely? Right now, with the Be Money Smart program only at Utah Community Credit Union. Inspiring smart decisions.
You only need to answer one question.
Will you accept the challenge to become?
It doesn't matter your situation in life.
No matter your interest.
Whether your first choice or second chance.
There's a place for you.
Place for you.
Place for you at UVU.
Place to engage,
to rise,
to succeed,
to become.
New pitcher on for Jesse Schmidt here in the 7th inning. It is 5-3 Hornets. Schmidt comes in to replace Paxton Schultz, who was brilliant, absolutely dominant through 5, but a rough 6th inning in which he gave up 5 runs. So he's on the hook for the loss unless the Wolverines can come back and make it a no decision. Jesse Schmidt, meanwhile, this will be his 17th appearance. He has a 6.65 earned run average. He's thrown 23 innings, struck out 23, walked 13. Opponents are hitting .253 off the right-hander. He will face McPhillips, Zeidman, and Grubbs here in the 7th. Utah Valley needs a shutdown inning here so they can stay within striking distance here in the late innings. Schmidt has really been the stud reliever for the Wolverines this season. He gets some work here in the 7th, and here with the play-by-play is Ryan Pickens.
Thank you, Jordan. Dylan McPhillips stands in to lead it off, and Jesse Schmidt comes home for the first time this afternoon and misses low for ball 1. 1 ball and no strikes here on the Sacramento State second baseman. McPhillips a strikeout to go along with a flyout, and the 1-0 pitch on its way, and that one misses outside again with the fastball. 2 balls and no strikes on McPhillips. He was at the plate in the 5th inning when Ryan Walstead was cut down trying to steal second base. The 2-0 pitch, again, missing high. Ball 3. It's 3 balls and no strikes on McPhillips. So McPhillips then would come to lead off the 6th inning. That's when he flew out. Here's the pitch on its way. That one's going to be rolled foul, and we'll do it again. And it looks like it's going to be 2 balls and 2 strikes there.
On the out-of-town scoreboard, an update from Seattle. New Mexico State leading the Redhawks 7-5. That game in the bottom of the 4th. And they have moved to the top of the 5th.
Slow curveball just missing above the belt ball. 3 balls and 2 strikes. So Hornet fans definitely pulling big time for Seattle. Utah Valley fans still pulling big time for New Mexico State. And the 3-2 pitch on its way home. There's a one-hopper deep in the hole at short. Up with it is Howell. He'll throw across the diamond in time. And there's 1 away.
Yeah, Utah Valley tied for that last seed in the WAC tournament with CSU Bakersfield at the moment. Utah Valley a game up on Seattle. CSU Bakersfield and UT Rio Grande Valley will get underway at 7 o'clock Mountain Time tonight from the Central Valley in California. And then, of course, obviously you mentioned, Ryan, the Hornets fans paying attention to that game as well, because New Mexico State currently leads them by 1 game for first place in the conference.
Aaron Zeidman takes a first pitch called strike, and it's 0-1 as Schmidt delivers the 0-1 pitch, and that one's going to be pulled down the line, but foul, and it'll be no balls and 2 strikes on Zeidman. This is kind of the fun time of year when you start, when every game really kind of starts to extremely matter for playoff positioning for the conference tournament.
And we haven't mentioned this much, but UTRGV is tied for first as well. They have been, or they're a game back, I beg your pardon, of New Mexico State. They are tied with Sacramento State for 2nd place. But I don't know if I'd say a surprise, but they've played really well. And
Zeidman chases that one well out of the zone for strike 3. First strikeout for Schmidt, and there's 2 gone here in the 7th.
And I don't know if a lot of the conference was expecting them to play quite as well as they have this year. The Vaqueros have really been great.
They've put together a really good competitive team the last 2 or 3 seasons, but I think this year definitely taking it to a whole nother level as Bronson Grubbs, the center fielder, stands in, and the first pitch on its way misses low for ball 1 to Grubbs, and it's 1 ball and no strikes here. Grubbs has grounded out to the catcher and been hit by a pitch, came around to score back in the 6th inning. In that 5-run 6th inning, the 1-0 pitch on its way, right there again with the fastball for a called strike, and it evens the count up at 1 ball and 1 strike here on Bronson Grubbs.
The Wolverines will certainly have their handful hands full next week down in Edinburgh, taking on UTRGV in the last conference series of the year.
The 1-2 or the 1-1 pitch in there for a called strike. It's 1-2 the count for Utah Valley. The biggest thing you wanted to make sure of, Jordan, was that you didn't go into that series needing to say sweep. The 1-2 pitch on its way. Swing out and miss. Strike 3. Grubbs down on strikes. 2 strikeouts for Jesse Schmidt in the 7th, and we head to the bottom of the 7th inning. It will be Hall, Howell, and Beltran coming up. The big part of the lineup for Utah Valley. We'll see if the Wolverines can get a couple back in the 7th.
The road to national championships runs through NCAA.com and the NCAA Sports app. And whether you follow one college team or all of them, it's never been easier to get the content you want all in one place. With live broadcasts of multiple championships across all divisions. With exclusive access.
Ready to go?
And highlights for every single championship. Stay in the game all season long with NCAA.com and the NCAA Sport.
New pitcher on for Sac State here as we head to the bottom of the 7th inning. It is Stone Cherby. Cherby, the right-hander, this will be his 24th appearance. He has a 3.90 earned run average. He has walked 8, struck out 45. Opponents are hitting 243 off him. He has been a stud for the Hornets. Utah Valley trailing 5-3 here in the 7th.
And you would really like to chip into this lead, at least try to get one back here in the 7th, as Cody Hall will stand in and lead it off. Hall walked back in the 2nd inning, has also flown out to right here. Scott Randall will get the final numbers on Randall today, as the book is closed on Randall. He goes 6 innings, allows 4 hits, 3 runs, 2 which will be earned. He did walk 4, struck out 3, faced 26 batters, did it all on 98 pitches. So here's Cody Hall to stand in the box. We're ready to go with Cherby coming home, and the first pitch, a slider in there for a called strike, and it's 0-1. No balls and 1 strike to count here on Cody Hall. The senior from American Fork, celebrating senior day today. Stands in here, the 0-1 pitch is swung on and lifted. This one popped up into shallow right field. Coming in is going to be Zeidman, who will make the catch, and there's 1 away. Zeidman, along with the first baseman Walstead and the second baseman, all kind of going out to no man's land. But at the end of the day, it was Zeidman who came in to actually make the catch. And here is the shortstop, Trevor Howell. He's 1 for 3. A single back in the first that I don't really think Trevor Howell really meant to swing at. I think he was trying to hold up and made contact. It just happened to work for the senior shortstop. And the first pitch on its way, he rolls it foul over and down the line. I didn't get the exact number, but I know Trevor Howell, games played-wise, has to be up there pretty heavy in the Utah Valley record book for sure. Because of the fact he's been pretty much a 4-year starter. You take about 4 years times 56 or so ball games. That one's popped up down the line over towards the Sacramento State dugout, and it's going to bounce off the dugout. And I know they said he was, want to say like 4th, but that might be currently among active leaders. Somewhere in there. I know there were some.
Well, he has a 280 batting average lifetime. He is among the NCAA career active leaders in at bats. He ranks 13th nationally with 824 of them.
So that kind of lets you know the career that Trevor Howell had here at UVU. The 0-2 pitch misses low for a ball, and it's 1 ball and 2 strikes on Howell. And you think of it in the landscape of a games played kind of a thing, with how many great players there are, but with especially some of those guys that get drafted after, say, 3 years and then sign with a professional club. The idea of staying around for all 4 years is starting to get more rare and rare as Howell swings through and misses, and there's 2 gone here in the 7th, and that will bring up Michael Beltran. First strikeout for Cherby And Michael Beltran will try to see if he can continue the magic he had in the 5th when he had a solo home run to left field. That gave Utah Valley at the time a 3-0 lead right here. Ready to go. Cherby will work here from the stretch. And the first pitch, fastball, missing low and away for ball 1. 1 ball and no strikes. We'll be back on the air tomorrow afternoon, a noon first pitch for the final game of this 3-game series, and then Tuesday night at 6, and then for Jordan and I, the offseason begins. The 0-1 pitch gets in there for a called strike and evens the count up at 1-1. I don't have any big plans for the offseason, Jordan. I don't know. I'll give you a couple days to come up with something really cool that you're doing in the offseason.
I'm going to sit right here. I'm going to look out at this view until next March.
The 1-1 pitch, that one in there just at the knees on the outside corner for a strike, and it's 1-2 the count. The right-hander ready to go. Cherby working from the stretch right here. Infield back for Sacramento State with 2 gone. Beltran with that slightly open stance stands in the box and is ready to go. Here is the 1-2 pitch to Beltran, time called, and Beltran will step out of the box.
Well, Utah Valley just needs a base runner here, trailing by 2 runs.
Ready to go. Cherby kicks and delivers, comes home with this one. It's popped up into shallow right field. Coming in is the right fielder Zeidman, who will make the play. And Utah Valley goes down. It's 3 up, 3 down. The last 8 retired by Sacramento State's staff. We head to the 8th. 5-3 Hornets. This is WAC Baseball. Top of the 8th inning here in Orem. Top of the lineup due up for Sacramento State. Matt Smith, Keith Torres, and then Dawson Baucho coming up as Jesse Schmidt gets ready to go. We'll send it over with the play-by-play to Jordan Bianucci.
First pitch slider in there for a called strike to Smith. Smith singled in a run back in the 6th, part of a 5-run 6th that put the Hornets ahead 5-3. That is our score right now in the 8th as the ball misses up and in, 1-1 to the left fielder. Sac State trying to tie this series at a game apiece. The 1-1, a swing and a slow roller foul, an off-speed pitch outside that Smith lunged at and just got a piece of, and it's 1-2. Schmidt came in relief last inning for Paxton Schultz, who pitched so well through 5 innings, had a no-hitter through 5, but then the Hornets exploded with 5 runs in the 6th. Breaking ball just misses off the outside. That's a good-looking pitch from Schmidt, but a ball, 2-2. Torres on deck, Baucho in the hole. 2-2 from Schmidt. Here it comes. A swing and a pop fly into right center field. Coming in is Beltran. Marco sprinting, and he loses his cap as he makes the grab on the run, and there's one away. It's a big first out for Schmidt. Smith has had a really nice series. He is 4 for 7 in this series. Now he's 4 for 8. Here is Torres. Base is empty, 1 out. In the last half of this inning, it will be Eastburn, Marco, and Matson, 3, 4, and 5 for the Wolverines. Here's a swing and a high foul deep down the left field line. Strike 1 to Torres. Torres hitting .261 on the year, takes a breaking ball at the knees for a called strike 2. Bases empty, 1 out, 5-3, Hornets. Schmidt working very quickly. A breaking ball misses down and away, and it's 1-2. A lot of the fans have moved up into the shade of the overhang now. Some, though, sunbathing in the rows behind the third base dugout. Ball misses down. It's 2-2 to Torres. Just a perfect afternoon in Orem. The 2-2. Fastball misses away. And the count is full. It was 64 degrees at game time, and I think it's warmed up since then. The 3-2 pitch. Fastball misses down and away, and he walked him. That one wasn't close. So a 1-out walk in front of Bacho, the 3-hitter, who has a grand slam this afternoon. Bacho came up in the 6th inning with his team trailing by 2 runs, and he hit one out of the ballpark. Plated 4. The pitch to him. Breaking ball in the dirt. Sims keeps it in front of him. 1-0. For Bacho, he leads the team in RBIs with 41. He is 1 for 3 overall today. A man on and man out. Schmidt set. Here comes the pitch. Nope, he'll throw over to first base. Torres back in diving. Torres has stolen 8 bases this season. He has been caught 4 times. For Sacramento State, after this series, they will host St. Mary's in a midweek matchup at John Smith Field in the California state capital, as a breaking ball is in there for a called strike on the outside corner. It's 1-1 to Torres. Then they will take on Grand Canyon at home for their last conference series of the year. The 1-1 pitch, a ball misses down and away. Another breaking pitch. It's 2 balls and 1 strike to Torres. And then they'll head down to Mesa for the tournament. Hopefully, they hope, as conference champions, we'll see. They're a game back of New Mexico State, who currently leads Seattle 7-5. That game in the 5th inning up in Washington. Seattle really needs to win that game if their conference tournament hopes are to stay alive. The 2-1 pitch, a fastball misses away, and it's 3-1, although they would get some help if UVU cannot come back in this one. You got to be careful with Bacho. As we saw in his last at bat, a 3-1 pitch here right down the middle could result in another bomb. Here it comes. Fastball misses outside, ball 4.
And Jordan, the tough part for Seattle and that you have to remember, with Utah Valley having the tiebreak, really essentially Seattle's almost 2 games back, because you can kind of count that tiebreaker as it being an additional game. So while it might appear on paper Utah Valley's really secure right now, without at least trying to get that 6th spot, you don't want to have that mindset and then say go 1-5 down the remaining of the stretch and have Seattle find a way to take 2 or 3 from somebody, and then you find yourself on the outside looking in.
Indeed, the Wolverines are currently tied with Bakersfield for that last spot. And we say the last spot because technically Utah Valley is in 7th place in the conference, but California Baptist is in front of them, and they are not yet eligible for postseason play. Here comes Eric Mattson. He's going to have a meeting with Schmidt. Nobody is up in the bullpen for the Wolverines.
And if you take a look at the WAC, Jordan, you're talking about Cal Baptist having, I think, a 4-year wait period. Dixie State, when they join, they're going to have a 4-year wait period. So you're going to have some time before you have every team in the conference is going to have an opportunity to be eligible. It's going to be a little while. So, just sit tight. You're going to get used to the WAC having this one spot where a couple teams are eligible but not eligible.
And now a right-hander is going to start to get loose in Utah Valley's bullpen. I believe that's Cole Hostert down there. So here is Vincelli Samard, the designated hitter, coming up with 2 men on, just 1 man out, 5-3, Sacramento State leading. Schmidt peers in, working from the stretch. The pitch coming, here it is, and a curveball is in there at the knees for a called strike 1. Estrada even with the bag at third, the middle infield double play depth. Polson playing in front of the runner at first base. 2 consecutive walks issued after Schmidt retired the first man here in the 8th. Vincelli Samard is 0 for 3 today with a couple strikeouts. It's the first time he's faced Schmidt this afternoon, though. The right-hander set away from his body. He comes home. The 1-strike pitch is lunged at and missed by Vincelli Samard way out in front of the breaking ball, and Schmidt has him 0-2. This is a huge moment in this game. Utah Valley needs to keep this a 2-run ball game if they want a chance to come back. The 0-2. And a ball in the dirt, and somehow Sims blocks it. Wow. Sliding to his right. That ball bounced a foot out in front of him, and he played it off his chest, and that is a huge block by Sims. It keeps runners at first and second. The double play still in order, and there's nobody at third with less than 2 outs. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Vincelli Samard hitting 223 on the year. Here it comes. A curveball is popped up in the infield. They have not called an infield fly rule. It's right behind third base. They do call the infield fly rule at the last moment. Did they call that, or did he just call it an out? I'm shocked. They did not call that an infield fly. That was behind the third base bag in shallow left. Howell was the one who ultimately put it away. Wow. Okay. So 2 away.
I think they did call that an infield fly, or official scoring looks like it was an infield fly.
They did, okay. They waited a while and obviously they had to see if it was going to be in fair territory. As a pitch is in there for a strike to Moretto. 2 men on, 2 men out. Moretto singled back in that big Hornet 5-run 6th inning. 5-3, Sac State leading Utah Valley. Schmidt, the 1-strike offering. A swing and a miss, and Sims can't find it. Heading for third is Torres. As Sims comes up with it, it rolled to his right, and Torres takes third. That'll be I think that'll be probably a pass ball. We'll see. Staying put at first is Moretto. I don't know if he didn't get a good read on that, but he really should have taken second. I don't know what Moretto was doing. Torres got a good read on it. Torres does have better speed than Moretto. So now a big hole on the right side with Polson holding on the runner. Curveball, strike 3 called on the inside corner. Schmidt does a great job to work around 2 walks. We go to the last of the 8th inning. It will be Eastburn, Marco, and Matson for Utah Valley. They trail Sacramento State 5-3.
Let's do this. Let's do it. Huh? Let's do this. Let's do this. Okay. Let's do this. Let's do it. Let's do this. Let's do it. Yeah. 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 Yeah.
I'm on a new level. I'm on a new level.
Give your head a Mountain Dew kickstart.
Be a king in your mind, but do the work of a servant. With a purpose on the mission, you get to what you deserve. If it's worth it, you be on straight and narrow instead of swerving. Ignore the dream killers and doubters, because they ain't perfect.
Dang, still a lot of doubters out there. What do you want to tell them?
Thank you for the motivation.
Give your head a Mountain Dew kickstart.
To stick around after the ball game, we will award our Wilkinson's Trophy Player of the Game. With 41 years of experience, Wilkinson's Trophy is your place for awards, screen printing, embroidery, and name badges. Check out selections online at wilkinsonstrophy.com. 5-3, Utah Valley trailing. Sorry to keep you, if you're just joining us, sorry to kind of kept you on the edge of your seat there. 5-3, Hornets leading the Wolverines. The first pitch to Eastburn. In there for a called strike on the outside corner. Stone Cherby in his second inning of relief. He retired the 3 men he faced in the 7th with relative ease. Marco on deck, Matson in the hole. The 0-1 pitch. A swing and a line drive deep into right field. That's going to go over the head of Zeidman and bang off the wall. He stumbles out there. Eastburn digs into second. He has himself a leadoff double. And the tying run will come to the plate. So here is Marco, and the Wolverines have something going.
And that's quickly going to get Sacramento State getting a right-hander up in their bullpen, Jordan. And I think this is going to kind of let you know that this is not one that they want to let go, as Tanner Dalton will start throwing in their bullpen. That's been their closer this season for Sacramento State.
So now the catcher, Bacho, will head out, and whether he's stalling or just giving Cherby some notes or a breather, not sure, but here is Marco, 0 for 2 with a walk. Marco does have the capability to tie it with one swing of the bat. Alexander Marco leads the team with 6 homers on the year. Right now, he's just looking to hit the ball hard, though. Eastburn, the senior, standing on second. Nobody out, 5-3, Sacramento State. We're in the bottom of the 8th. Cherby set, here it comes. And a breaking ball misses just off the inside, ball 1. The wind blowing in pretty well from right field at the moment. Righty versus righty. First time Marco has faced Cherby, at least this year. The 1-0 pitch, here it comes. A swing and a miss, and Marco looked bad. He was fooled by that breaking ball out in front of it, and it's 1-1. That almost looked like a straight change. The Wolverines have out-hit the Hornets 5-4, but they trail by 2 runs. Cherby set. Here it comes. Marco takes a breaking ball on the inside corner. Called for strike 2. It's 1 ball and 2 strikes. And Marco has not looked real comfortable in this at-bat. That may have been the fastball from Cherby. We have not seen high-velocity stuff from the right-hander. Eastburn at second. The 1-2 pitch hits Marco. That was a breaking ball that just got away from Stone Cherby, and a huge mistake. Now the tying run is aboard. That's a especially bad mistake because he had looked, Marco had looked so bad against Cherby those first 3 pitches, and now he gives him the free pass. And here comes a visit. I'm not sure if that's Jake Angier or Reggie Christensen. I guess we'll see if he makes the change. Is that Christensen, Ryan? I think it is. So we'll see if that does it. He has not yet made the move to go to the righty in the bullpen. 2 men on, nobody out. It'll be Mick Matson, potentially the go-ahead run for Utah Valley, coming to bat. And they are not going to make the move. He will stick with Cherby. Stone Cherby, a 6'2", 180-pound sophomore out of Brentwood, California. Went to Granada High School. He's given up a double, now a walk to begin this 8th inning. He had retired 3 in a row here in his 2nd inning of relief. Here's Matson. The corners come in for the Hornets. We'll see if Mick tries to lay down a bunt. The pitch, he squares around, and he takes a curveball inside for ball 1. Matson handles the bat very well. Peers into the dugout where his father and head coach Eric puts on the signs.
Sacramento State's going to play for that out at third base. On that last bunt, you saw the pitcher crash towards the line. The first baseman coming in. They're going to try to cut the runner at third.
1-0 bunt on the third base side. Cherby springs off. He does go to third, and they got the lead runner. What a play by Stone Cherby. Not a great bunt by Matson, but an excellent play by the right-hander, springing off the mound, pivoting, and going to third, just as you said, Ryan. So runners at first and second, 1 out. Matson cannot get the job done. So Eastburn is retired. Still runners at first and second, but now a ground ball could end the inning. Here is Drew Sims. He grounded into he just grounded out in his last at bat. He's 0 for 3. The pitch, curveball misses inside, ball 1. On that ground out back in the 6th inning, Sims hit the ball very, very hard, but just right at Torres. Hornets 5, Wolverines 3. Last of the 8th, 2 men on, 1 man out. The pitch, Sims takes a fastball outside, and it's 2-0. Polson is on deck. Sims hitting .264 coming into the ballgame. 2 home runs on the season. Cherby set, the 2-0, and he pours in a fastball. And it is 2-1. That is the first fastball we've seen from Cherby, and it was at 88 miles an hour. And it was a good-looking fastball. That's, wow. He hasn't thrown that pitch once. The 2-1, a swing and a fly foul down the right field line. Another fastball at 89 miles an hour. And now you ask yourself, why have we not seen that pitch? That is a good-looking fastball, especially when you consider that Cherby has some nasty breaking stuff to counter it with. So now you wonder if Sims doesn't know what to look for. 2-2 the count. Cherby steps off. Now he comes set. The 2-2, a swing and a line drive right at the leaping first baseman, Walstead. He has it, and Sims is robbed of an extra base hit. What a play by Walstead, leaping and making the grab. And they're 2 down. Walstead with the long blonde hair coming out the back of his cap robs Sims of an RBI. And Matson was lucky that he was close enough to first base not to get doubled off. What a play by Walstead. So 2 excellent defensive plays by the Hornets in this 8th inning. So here's Polson. The first 2 batters reached base for the Wolverines, but they have not been able to cash in. 5-3 Hornets, last of the 8th inning.
Walstead, not exactly the biggest first baseman either. Only 5'11", so that kind of lets you know that play there, even more impressive there.
As Polson takes a strike. Polson singled back in the 2nd inning. He is 1 for 3. He's also flied out and struck out. First time he's facing Cherby. The 1-strike offering, a swing and a foul, and it's quickly 0-2. A fastball in on the hands. Polson couldn't get around on it. Polson this year has struggled with 2 outs, swinging the bat, hitting just 188 with 2 gone in a given inning. Cherby set. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. A swing and another foul. This one down the right field line. Another fastball at 89. It's almost as if Cherby was waiting until he got into a precarious situation to feature that fastball. We had not seen it in the 7th or through the first 3 hitters here in the 8th, but with 2 men on and 1 out, he decided, all right, now I'm going to start throwing that pitch. And it's been good. The 2-strike offering. Fastball misses high and away, and it's 1-2 to Polson.
And that's the thing, when you look at a pitcher, sometimes you'll see where guys will pitch backwards a little bit. but I've never seen it to the point where you almost go, remember, he came in the 7th inning. I've never seen a guy go an inning and 2/3 before throwing an 89-mile-an-hour fastball at the college level. Usually a lot of college pitchers want to hit that fastball first pitch.
1-2 pitch. A swing and a looping liner. Base hit down the left field line. Marco digs for home. He will score. Heading to third is Matson. Here comes the throw. He's safe. Heading to second is Paulson. A heads-up play, and he's in there. And it's a one-run game. 5-4 Hornets. Paulson comes through big time. An RBI single down the left field line. And a very, very smart play as he saw that throw go into third. He took second. So now the go-ahead run is in scoring position, and that will do it for Cherby. The tying run 90 feet away, 2 outs with the senior Paul Estrada coming to bat. We will take a quick break on Utah Valley, or excuse me, on GoUVU.com. We'll come back after this. 5-4, Sacramento State leading in the 8th.
Label me.
You know you want to.
Don't be shy.
You do it behind my back.
So say it to my face.
You don't know me.
You know what I am?
I'm a pitcher.
I'm a striker.
I'm a point guard.
I'm a linebacker.
I'm a setter. Shortstop. High jumper.
Wrestler.
Defender.
Goalie.
Student.
Student athletes.
That's who we are.
Thinking of buying a home? Think bigger. Because with UCCU's low interest rates and low mortgage insurance rates, you could qualify for more house with the same payment you could get from other local lenders. A mortgage with UCCU gives you more purchase power. That means more money you can put into your home or back into your pocket. To learn more, visit uccu.com/morehouse or stop by any UCCU branch today. More house, same payment. Only at UCCU. Inspiring smart mortgage decisions.
The latest from KSL 5 News, including breaking news as it happens, and all your favorite KSL shows, ready to watch anytime. Download the free KSL app right now on all your favorite devices.
Here at Intermountain Healthcare, our doctors have experience treating young athletes, professional athletes, and the athlete next door. We treat everyday injuries, sports injuries, concussions, total joint replacements, and everything in between. Come visit our board-certified physicians and surgeons here.
7 off of him.
Here's Estrada. Fastball right there on the outside corner at 91 miles an hour, strike 1. Polson is at second base after singling in a run. Matson is at third. 5-4, Sacramento State clinging to a 1-run lead. The 1-strike pitch. Estrada, a fastball in the dirt, and it's blocked by Bacho. I say a fastball slider in the dirt. A nice play by Bacho to keep that ball from going to the backstop and keeping this game tied. 1-1 to the senior. Boy, what a moment for Paul Estrada if he could knock in the tying or go-ahead runs and/or go-ahead run here. The 1-1 pitch. High and away. Fastball, not close. 2-1 to Estrada. Another senior, Cody Hall, is on deck. Estrada 0 for 3 this afternoon. He grounded into a fielder's choice back in the 2nd inning. Grounded out in the 4th and struck out in the 6th. Dalton peers in, ball behind his right hip, taking a long time. Now Estrada gets tired of waiting and he takes time out. The Wolverines led 3-0 in this game, but the Hornets came with 5 runs in the 6th inning. Wolverines have 1 in here in the 8th. It's 5-4 Hornets. The pitch, a swing and a looping liner into right center field. That will be caught by Grubbs on the run, sliding. And the Wolverines are retired. A nice play by Grubbs to get there and keep this Hornet lead at 1 run. Utah Valley gets a run back, though. They leave 2 stranded. We go to the 9th. It's Sacramento State 5, Utah Valley 4.
Mountain Dew kickstart. Let me tell you something, Mean Gene. I'm gonna go out there and I'm gonna leave it all on the mat, because that's what I do when I get it done so I can do it. Yeah!
I'm on a new level. I'm on a new level.
Give your head a Mountain Dew.
Leading off for the Hornets, number 4, first baseman Ryan Walstead.
5-4 Sacramento State, top of the 9th. Schmidt back out there on the mound. He delivers a first pitch changeup that misses outside to the left-handed hitting Ryan Walstead. Ball 1. Well, Utah Valley got 1 run back in the last of the 8th as Walstead takes a strike on the outside corner. It's 1-1. Estrada put the ball in play, kind of a looping liner into right center field, but the center fielder Grubbs made a nice play on it on the run, and the Wolverines stranded 2 and were unable to tie or take the lead as Walstead fouls one off. It's 1-2. So very important for Schmidt to keep this a 1-run game. The 1-2 pitch. Walstead pops it up in the infield. Howell shading his eyes from the sun in front of second base. He makes the grab, and there's one gone. So unless Walstead gets another shot, he goes hitless today. And here is McPhillips. McPhillips was the first man that Schmidt faced back in the 7th inning. He grounded out to shortstop. The pitch to him. Fastball misses up high for ball 1. The Wolverines have left 7 men on base this afternoon. The 1-0 pitch, a swing and a miss. That looked like maybe a 2-seamer. That had some cut on it, but at 83 miles an hour, one of Schmidt's harder pitches, velocity-wise, and it's 1-1 to McPhillips. Curveball swung on and missed. That was nasty. And it's 1-2. Schmidt has pitched well in relief. Here in his 3rd inning of work, he's allowed just 2 base runners. No runs. Base is empty, 1 out in the 9th, 5-4 Hornets. The 1-2 pitch. Swung on and grounded to third. Estrada has it. Throws to first, 2 away. And here is Zeidman with the bases empty. In the last of the 9th, it'll be Hall, Howell, and Beltran, 9, 1, and 2, due up for Utah Valley. Zeidman, the right-handed hitter, hit his first homer of the year as a freshman last night. A solo shot. He is 1 for 3 today with a single and a run scored. The pitch to him, he shows bunt and pops it up on the third baseline. It falls foul. 0-1. This has been a wild game. Paxton Schultz had a no-hitter through 5 and a third innings until the Hornets exploded in the 6th with 5 runs off him. The Wolverines at one point led 3-0. They trail 5-4 now. Swing and a miss. A breaking ball down and away that Zeidman chased out of the zone, and it's 0-2. Should Zeidman reach, it would be Grubbs. The 0-2 pitch from Schmidt. Slider misses down and away, and it's 1-2. It's been a fairly well-played game. Just one error committed by Sacramento State this afternoon. Schmidt, the right-hander, shakes off Sims. Now he has what he wants, the 1-2 pitch. A swing and a miss. He struck him out with a breaking ball, and he does the job. Jesse does. We go to the last of the 9th. Utah Valley trailing by a run. It'll be Hall, Howell, and Beltran on GoUVU and the WAC Digital Network.
Looking to spend that birthday money, Tyler? I'm just not sure which one to get. Well, they are both pretty cool. But saving some of that money would be pretty cool, too. Yep.
When's the right age to teach your children how to save and spend money wisely? Right now, with the Be Money Smart program only at Utah Community Credit Union. Inspiring smart decisions.
You only need to answer one question.
Will you accept the challenge to become?
It doesn't matter your situation in life.
No matter your interest.
Whether your first choice or second chance.
There's a place for you.
Place for you.
Place for you at UVU.
Place to engage,
To rise.
to succeed.
To become.
Last chance for the Wolverines. They trail 5-4 in the bottom of the 9th inning. Cody Hall will face Tanner Dalton to lead things off. Hall hitting .256 coming into the game. The senior does not have a home run. 23 RBIs. The pitch to him. Fastball misses down low, ball 1. Hall has reached base once this afternoon. That was all the way back in the 2nd inning. Otherwise, he is 0 for 2 with a couple pop-ups. Dalton with the 1-0. Fastball at the belt at 90 miles an hour. Strike 1. And the count is even at 1-1. Tomorrow's Game 3 will be at noontime here at UCCU Ballpark. Join us here on GoUVU and the WAC Digital Network. The final matinee this season. Then Tuesday night will be the last time you can see the Wolverines in Orem this year as they take on Washington State. The 1-1 pitch. Curveball in there for a called strike 2 on the inside corner. And now it is 1 ball and 2 strikes. Base is empty, nobody out here in the 9th inning. Utah Valley trailing by 1 run. Howell on deck. Beltran in the hole. The 1-2 pitch to Hall. A swing and a line drive foul down the left field line. Hall just a little out in front of that breaking pitch. Dalton came in last inning. He faced one batter with runners on 2nd and 3rd and got Estrada to softly line out into right center field. The 1-2 to Hall. Here it comes. Fastball misses way up high, and it's 2-2. Nice job by Hall to battle back. Bacho, the catcher, peers into the dugout. He gets the sign. Now he'll relay it to Tanner Dalton, the Hornets closer. He's been superb this season. The 2-2 pitch. Swing and a foul tip into the glove of Bacho, and Hall is retired. 1 away in the 9th. Here is Trevor Howell. The Wolverines trying to come back in this one. They led 3-0 as late as the 6th inning when the Hornets exploded with 5 runs. The Wolverines scored 1 in the 8th to make it a 1-run game. That's where we are now, 5-4 in the bottom of the 9th inning. The pitch to Howell, a curveball in there for strike 1. Howell singled and scored the Wolverines' first run back in the 1st inning. He is 1 for 4. The senior who has been the Wolverines' best hitter since April 1st. The 1-strike offering. Fastball misses up and in at 91. 1 ball and 1 strike to the right-handed shortstop out of San Diego. Beltran then the heart of the order on deck. Howell just wants to get aboard. The 1-1 pitch from Dalton. A swing and a foul high and off to the right. Another fastball knee high. And it's 1-2. Dalton's done a nice job of getting ahead of hitters. Dalton, 6'2", 195-pound senior out of Lethbridge, Alberta, Canada. He is set, the 1-2. And a fastball misses low and away, and it's 2-2. Looked like Dalton wanted to put something extra on that and maybe overthrew a bit. Two and two to Howell. 5-4 Sacramento State. Bases empty, 1 out, bottom of the 9th. The 2-2 pitch. A swing and a ground ball, foul on the third base side. Howell does have 1 home run on the year, 17 RBIs. Beltran, who is on deck, does have a solo home run in this game. Grubbs in center field is playing Howell to go the other way toward right center. The 2-2 from Dalton. Swing and a miss. He pulled the string. A beautiful breaking ball. And the Wolverines are down to their final out. So it is up to Michael Beltran.
The Wolverines, number 5, center fielder Michael Beltran.
Beltran came into the ballgame with a .326 average. For most of this year, he's been the Wolverines' best hitter. The pitch to him, fastball right there on the outside corner at 90 miles an hour, strike 1. Sacramento State on the cusp of tying this series at 1 apiece. They are in a fight for that WAC title. The 1-strike pitch, a swing and a grounder foul on the third base side, and Beltran's in an 0-2 hole. Meanwhile, the Wolverines are just trying to get in to that WAC tournament. Currently are tied for the last spot in that dance. The 1-strike pitch to Beltran, or 2-strike pitch, I beg your pardon, a swing and a foul high and off to the right. We'll do it again. A fastball up in the zone that Beltran fought off. Bases empty, 2 outs. Utah Valley trailing by a run in the 9th inning. The 2-strike pitch from Dalton. Fastball misses up high, just a hair above the belt, maybe a little bit off the outside. That's a great 0-2 pitch. And an even better take by Michael Beltran, 1-2. Dalton working from the stretch. Here it comes. A swing and another foul. 91 up in the zone, and Beltran fights it off. Should Beltran reach, Ryan Eastburn, a left-handed batter, would come to the plate. Beltran represents the tying run. The outfield medium deep and straight away. Here comes the 1-2. It hit him. A fastball at 89 came up and hit him in the shoulder. Ouch. Beltran will take it, though, and the tying run is aboard. Here comes Eastburn, representing the winning run.
Next up for UVU, number 19, left fielder Ryan Eastburn.
Eastburn is the Wolverines' best hitter. Hitting .336 coming into the game. 2 home runs, 20 RBIs. He doubled last inning. Here we go. Beltran has very good speed at first. The pitch to Eastburn. Fastball right there on the inside corner, strike 1. Walstead is holding on Beltran at first, trying to keep him close, so there's quite a hole over there. Should Beltran pull one? Grubbs is playing very deep in right center field. The 0-1, a swing and a miss, way out in front of the breaking ball, and now it's 0-2. Dalton had Beltran 0-2, and Beltran was able to battle back, ultimately getting hit by a pitch. The Wolverines down to their final strike. The tying run at first. Dalton set. The pitch to Eastburn. Swing and a slow roller off the glove of Dalton. It caroms to the second baseman. He throws to first. They got him. Wow, a fortuitous roll for Sacramento State, and they win the ball game. A comebacker that ticked off the glove of Dalton to McPhillips, who hurried to throw to first, and they just got Eastburn. And the Hornets win game 2. They come back by a final score of 5-4. We will take a break on GoUVU, come back with the final totals after this. Once again, Sacramento State beats Utah Valley 5-4. We'll be back.
What's the difference between buying from Murdoch and buying from somebody else?
In a word, confidence. You'll love our price match guarantee, our 5-day exchange policy,
and don't forget car washes and safety inspections for life.
If you need a new vehicle, consider Murdoch Hyundai. I promise you'll love it.
Here at Intermountain Healthcare, our doctors have experience treating young athletes, professional athletes, and the athlete next door. We treat everyday injuries, sports injuries, concussions, total joint replacements, and everything in between. Come visit our board-certified physicians and surgeons here at Intermountain Healthcare's Utah Valley Orthopedic and Sports Medicine Clinic. We're committed to keeping you moving.
How does Costa Vida create the ultimate sweet pork burrito? We start by following our award-winning recipe, one that calls for everything to be made fresh, from scratch every day. Like our beautifully braised pork, seasoned beans, savory sauces, and delicious cilantro lime rice. Even our tortillas are cooked to order. It's a difference you can taste. Treat yourself to the ultimate sweet pork burrito, only at Costa Vida.
We're in the back really cooking food. You know, we take pride in all the food that we do. We make the meatballs from scratch. We make the pasta. What we're doing as a restaurant, making the community better, beautifying the community, increasing the culture in the community. And I think that that's such an important aspect to what we do as a restaurant, to recognize that our customers aren't just people who are coming in to dine with us, but they're part of our family.
Ballpark alongside Ryan Pickens. I'm Jordan Bianucci. We welcome you into the post-game show. Utah Valley drops Game 2 to Sacramento State by a final of 5-4 in what was a wild one. So many components. Paxton Schultz pitched so well. In fact, he was dominant, had a no-hitter going into the 6th inning, but then the Hornets came with 5 runs and ultimately took a lead that the Wolverines could not come back from.
Yeah, you take a look at it. I mean, he goes 5 in the 3rd, was just absolutely dominant. And then once that base hit by Zeidman there in the 6th broke up the no-hitter, it just seemed like all of a sudden Sacramento State said, wait, we can hit this guy. And it's just kind of one of those tough things, because then, you know, after that, Zeidman, then Grubbs gets hit by a pitch, and then Matt Smith singles up the middle, and then a walk, and then the grand slam. And it's just one of those kind of tough things tonight or this afternoon for Utah Valley. It just seemed like there was that one about 10-minute stretch of the ball game, Jordan, where things just didn't go Utah Valley's way, and that this afternoon ended up being the difference of the ball game.
Yeah, Utah Valley, they certainly had chances in the late innings, putting men on base in the 8th and the 9th. They scored 1 in the 8th, but were unable to score in the 9th inning to tie it. Utah Valley ultimately leaves 8 men on the base paths. Our player of the game, though, is Jesse Schmidt. He gave the Wolverines a chance to win. He came in relief, and for the second night in a row, a man out of the Utah Valley bullpen pitched very well. Schmidt with 3 innings pitched, no hits, no runs.
Yeah, when you really take a look at that, in a key moment in the ball game where it could have been a couple of hits here and there, and this one's blown wide open, Jesse Schmidt came in, and when guys got on base, he didn't really stress out. He just kind of settled back in, made the pitches he needed to make, and got some big outs in that situation. The best thing you could have asked for from anybody coming in out of that bullpen at that point was, don't make the deficit bigger, because there you had an opportunity with Utah Valley in the 8th to get guys on base. Even in the 9th, Utah Valley got men on base, and when that happened, it kind of changed some things a little bit and gave them an opportunity to win the ball game. And that's what you really want to see from guys. You want to see an opportunity like that to come in and keep your guys in the game to try to have a shot to win it.
Indeed. So Jesse Schmidt is our Wilkinson's Trophy Player of the Game. With 41 years of experience, Wilkinson's Trophy is your place for awards, screen printing, embroidery, and name badges. Check out selections online at wilkinsonstrophy.com. We'll take a look at the final totals. Sacramento State with 5 runs, 4 hits, 1 error. They left 3 men. Utah Valley with 4 runs on 6 hits, no errors. They left 8. The winning pitcher is Randall. He improves to 7-1. Schultz ultimately gets the loss. He falls to 1-6. And Tanner Dalton came in, pitched the last couple innings, or the last inning and a third. He picks up his 6th save of the season. Just a note, the out-of-town scoreboard, New Mexico State is currently leading Seattle 12-5. That game in the 7th inning. So the Wolverines rooting for the Aggies to keep that one, keep ahead of Seattle there as the Wolverines vie for that last spot in the WAC tournament. They're currently up a game on the Redhawks. The records after today, Utah Valley 12-36 overall. They fall to 8-15 in WAC play. Sacramento State improves to 31-19. They improve to 16-7 in WAC play. And the worst that Sacramento State can do today, as far as the standings are concerned, is remain just a game back of New Mexico State. The Hornets currently occupy 2nd place with the Vaqueros in the Western Athletic Conference. The time of the ball game was 2 hours and 37 minutes. The attendance 688. Well, we hope you enjoyed the broadcast. Our next broadcast will be tomorrow afternoon, Game 3 of this series, and the final conference matchup that the Wolverines will play here at UCCU Ballpark in 2019. So join us at noontime, first pitch from Orem. We'll be back on the air. We will say good afternoon and goodbye for now, though. For Ryan Pickens, I am Jordan Bianucci. Once again, Utah Valley falls to Sacramento State 5-4.